Hey, welcome to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, broadcasting live from Fishbowl Studios here in Bedford, Texas. We are brought to you by Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack. Ow! If you ride, make sure you have Glenn Lawson and the Biker Wolfpack on your side, man. That's 737 The Wolf. 737 The Wolf. I want to welcome Pitbull. What's going on?
Oh, just, hanging out.
Just hanging out?
Just hanging out, being welcomed.
Yeah.
Trying to clean my glasses because I can't see, realize how old I am.
I want to apologize for last week. Just want to start this off by last week. A lot of
flagged.
Yeah, a lot of our viewers couldn't see us on Facebook because we played the Married with Children theme in the beginning for our Halloween special. And, AI booted us off. So I do apologize.
But you can watch it on YouTube.
Yes, you can. It was a great, great show.
There's ways around it.
There is.
It's just AI has no feelings and no judgment. They just go, oop, that's a song they can't play.
That's it.
My friend got flagged because she said photo shoot, but she didn't use photo. She's like, did a pumpkin shoot with my daughters, and they flagged her because it said shoot. And it was literally like her daughters like with pumpkins. And it was like this whole like aggressive post.
AI is great, but man, in some applications, it's just doing a lot of damage.
You're being a little too much. You're being a little extra. Just tone it down a little bit. Okay, I will. Trying.
Well, I want to know, as you see, I am supporting the NYPD baseball cap as I always support our first responders, NYPD, being retired myself from there. Man, I am praying for all you guys. If you have 20 years, if you have 15 years now, vest the hell out, get out, come to Texas, go to Florida, go to North Carolina, get onto a department that's going to care about you. Man, this election went sideways. We knew what was going to happen. And,
New York,
it's a sad day for New York. I don't even know what to say, man. This new mayor is going to be putting free buses over our heroes. He posed with the alleged bomber of the 1993 bombing of the World Trade Center. I'm sure he had some ties to the 9/11 attacks, but in this new mayor is posing and holding him up in high regards. It is a scary, scary thought for New York. A lot of people are going to be leaving. A lot of businesses. Do your own research. You should have voted with some educational aspects behind you, because if you know what socialism's all about, and it's just not going to work, man. It hasn't worked in China, North Korea, Venezuela, and any of the other countries, man. You see what's going to happen is you're not getting anything for free. Believe me, I bet you dollars to donuts. You're not going to see free grocery stores. You're not going to see free buses. All you're going to see is an exile of businesses and millionaires and billionaires that pay a high tax base already to the city are already going to leave. And guess what? Guess who they're going to go after next? They are going to tax you. They are going to tax you. You voted for rent stabilization, and you know what? It's not going to happen in New York, man. You're going to crush it. You get what you. Hey, listen.
Let it
going to collapse, and that's going to be it. No one's going to go back. But to our first responders out in New York right now, the defunding of the police department. When we had Biden in office and we had Dinkins, and he was going to defund all these everybody. You know what? This is going to be a lot worse, man. He's not going to give you more police recruits. Crime is going to go through the roof. He's going to take the complaint bureau, the Citizens Complaint Bureau. He's going to hand it over to some guy who knows nothing about what police departments do. Then he's going to hand all the mental health calls. He's going to hand all the mental health calls off to social services. And you all know, anytime you go to an EDP what happens. So that's not going to be, that's going to be short-lived. So once again, man, you know what? Don't wait that 4 years. Get out now, get your pension. Do not go through the stress that you're going to go through for the next 4 years. God bless the police commissioner if she stays. The fire commissioner just resigned. He was smart. He said, deuces, I'm out. I'm sure that was the hardest decision of his life. But
you had to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to do, man, because, you know, you're going to be fighting a regime that is only going to make you look bad, going to throw you under the bus, and you're not going to be able to do what's right for your men and women who are out there each and every day saving lives. So, you know what? That's enough said on that. Once again, a sellout for free buses. You got a great event coming up over at Maverick Harley Davidson. You are coming out of retirement. Pitbull's coming out of retirement.
You just threw that on me. I don't know if it was retirement. I just been in hiding, I guess. But yes, I decided to shake the cobwebs off. Because I mean, I've just been busy with other stuff, and it's not that it's not about the competition. It's just more about getting with the girls again. And I like the whole being nervous and the weird feelings you get before going.
And you have those multiple personalities, so they help. Patty Von May, Pitbull.
I don't know how to take
Patricia
that.
Mayo.
I don't know if I should
and
be
whatever
like, yeah,
other name you go by.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of hats. Maybe
There's a lot of
better term.
I like to call them personalities.
I think they all mesh together quite nicely.
Do they argue?
No.
No, they get along. They all get along.
Because Patricia always wins.
Oh. Patricia rules the roost.
The mother's given name, the main one.
Got you.
Yeah. So Maverick Harley, because they always do. All the Harley Davidsons do pinup contests and stuff like that. So I've seen them. It's been maybe 3 years-ish since I've actually done a competition.
Yeah.
I don't even like saying competition because I don't feel like it's a competition. I've not like that. That sounded really like bad, but like everybody goes and hangs out. It's more like all the girls are nervous together. We're like, okay, go down. It's your turn.
But it's a competition.
Well,
is there a winner?
Is
there a loser?
But we're not catty about it.
Is there a loser, or does everybody get a participation trophy?
There's not a loser. Participation trophy, maybe. No.
It's a competition, folks. They're all grown girls. They know.
I'm taking it as a recruiting opportunity. I'm really just preying on all of you pinups at the event.
Well, you know what? All the pinup contests always bring out the best of people. We bring out the biker community. We bring out the veterans. Our first
you get to dress up. There's a theme,
and it's a lot of fun. Usually, Miss Americana. Oh yeah, I mean, and they're usually free to attend, right?
It's always free to attend.
It's always free to attend.
I mean, it depends on how big they do. I won't say like every pinup contest is the same. Like some of them are just very low key. It's just strictly just the pinup contest. It's like maybe 30 minutes and that's it. Sometimes there's a big hoopla.
Right.
It just depends. Right. So this one, I think I've only heard of it's just being the pinup contest, maybe a couple vendors.
Okay.
But I like Maverick Harley. I like all the Harleys.
But yeah, and you know, a Harley Davidson,
shout out to Stephanie.
Harley Davidson, Indian motorcycle. You know, when you look at all of these businesses that really go out of their way each and every weekend and during the week to support something in their community, support some people in their community, and organizations and foundations. These are the businesses you want to always use their services. You want to always go
when they're doing extra stuff and there's
them.
Like events going on, go out and support the event. Because when they have an event, there's going to be other people there that are smaller than them that also need the boost. So like little local vendors and stuff. There's always like little things like that. And it's not always, shout out to the event. Shout out to the girls that get up early to be at those events in their pinup outfits.
Yeah, it is.
Let's not discredit those ladies that come out full theme.
When you wake up at 4:00 in the morning and you're having your morning coffee and you're scrolling through Facebook, and all of a sudden Patty Von May pops up and she's doing her makeup.
What's weird
and then
is that my co-host is watching me do my makeup at 4:00 in the morning.
It is kind of creepy. But when you watch you do the makeup, it is very, very creepy. And I really feel like dirty after I finish watching you. But
well, now I'm even feeling dirty because I didn't know you felt that.
It's like, but you can't stop watching. You have to keep watching.
It's like a train.
It is like, no, but You see this transformation
with glamour.
You see this transformation.
It's a glam wreck.
Right. But what's funny is
it's all in your face.
I'll watch for a little while. I'll finish my coffee. I'll get another cup of coffee. I'll watch for a little while. I'll go take a shower. I'll get dressed. I'll get ready for work. Right.
Whoa,
and then
whoa.
What?
I'm really
I have to watch.
I'm flattered that you think this just happens, but in one cup of coffee.
Right. I don't know, man. And then I come back out, and 3 hours later, guess what? Now she's putting on the eyeliner.
Picasso couldn't paint these eyebrows.
I you know what?
Is that a good artist reference that too?
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes. It is a work
Or
of art.
Van Gogh.
It is a work of art.
Yeah, but some of them draw like shit. I want the straight line artist.
I like your glamour budget because
I am bougie on a budget. I used to be so grateful when 7-Eleven had makeup.
It's just funny that all this good stuff happens from the dollar store.
No, some of it. Yes. It's Elf. It's Elf. I would love to be sponsored by Elf. I buy a lot of stuff from Elf.
Wow.
Look at all this. Elf. E-L-F.
I don't know. Has everybody got a cough lately, man? This allergy season is
well, I mean, I cough all the time. I don't know what's allergies and what's not.
Billy's coughing. Oh, Massimino. Greetings from Italy. And you know what? I heard Massimino's going to be in Dallas, Texas.
Are you saying his name right?
I think so. Yeah, Massimino. There's no N in there. Massimo. Greeting. He can't understand English anyway, so he doesn't understand what I'm saying. But no, he's coming to Dallas. He'll be in the Dallas-Fort Worth area next year, and he wants to sit with the 99 and maybe have some lunch before he heads out to his final destination.
This will be supervised, right? You're coming with me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Supervision.
I need to have.
I am so excited today. We are debuting our new music segment.
We are.
Janie Balderas from the House of Balderas.
I'm trying not to brand her like that because I'm afraid,
with guitars,
but it's still funny.
grit, and glamour, man. And she's got Dwayne. She's got Dwayne Terry, the American Soldier Toby Keith tribute. Man, he is amazing. We met him at the celebrity softball
poolside,
and you know what? He not only looks like Toby Keith, he sings exactly like Toby Keith.
Yeah, I would reverse that. Not only does he sing like him, he looks like him.
Yeah.
Especially in his ab t-shirt. Did you see that by the pool? Ab t-shirt?
I did not see the ab t-shirt.
You weren't looking at the
I wasn't looking at his
eyes
abs.
Up. You were looking at his eyes.
I was looking at his eyes, his dreamy eyes. I was just looking into his eyes. I wasn't looking at his abs. Why were you looking at his abs? Just
because I had a selfie with him and I was looking at later. I was like, those are painted. No, it was a funny t-shirt. It was fantastic.
Okay. What's up with the glasses today?
Because my eyes are getting old. It's happening.
Well, we got Jamie's going to be coming.
It wasn't, but it is.
Jamie's coming in around 3:30 with Dwayne, and then we got Billy Ball with Hemp and Hounds. We're going to be talking about a little bit.
What's going on with your eyes?
They've always been screwed up. No, it's not my eyes. It's my eye.
I was being nice.
It's my eye. Hey, do I tell you your rack is unstable?
They're not. I paid good money for them to be even. So what's next?
I don't know. Mm-hmm. What else could I get onto? Big shout out to Johnny Rizzo with Motorcycle Mayhem, doing great things in New York as well. He gave us a nice shout out. And Gary Michaels, Lori Montoya
they're on the boat.
Are on the High Seas Rally, man. So they are having a blast. They are out in so she's
they're
not
in the water somewhere.
Yeah, she's not going to be with us because we do not know how.
Even if she did have service, I wouldn't want her. I mean, go have fun.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I told her. I said, "Have fun, man." I said, you just lost your dad.
I don't know if I'd want to get drunk next to a hypnotist, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, I would. Hey, watch this. Maybe I could just blame the whole night. I was with Gary Michaels all night.
Yeah,
he was making me do it.
And I gotta say one thing about Gary Michaels is that I was looking at his posts, and somebody wrote on his post that all his people are pre-selected.
No.
And
Nope.
I got to tell you, and I'm going to tell you from firsthand experience.
Firsthand experience. Well, secondhand experience.
None of his guests or people that he brings on stage are pre-selected.
One of my battling buddies did it.
I'm telling you right now, not one of them. He does have a talent. He does hypnotize you.
It works for some. It works for others.
Correct.
Works,
but I can tell you right now, nobody is pre-selected in a Gary Michaels hypnotist.
No, it was wild.
Yes,
I remember the whole like part of it, and I remember because it was me and it was a couple of my buddies. In fact, my whole platoon at that time.
Billy Ball.
Yeah.
Billy Ball was hypnotized.
I think I just met you at that
out
point.
Here. She wasn't pre-selected.
No, Cha-Cha Baby.
Actually, Billy Ball wasn't even part of the show. She was she was a vendor in the back, and she was listening. And all of a sudden, Gary turned around and he said, "Look, she's out.
She's out there like
she went right out.
She could have been robbed and nobody knew."
Yeah. So
yeah, Cha-Cha Baby was up there. Yeah.
Yep. None of that was pre-selected. So that comment is null and void. I think that's just somebody that was a little upset with Gary, but the 99% Radio Network can 100% guarantee you that none of his people are pre-selected. No way. No way.
To my knowledge.
He does have a great talent. So got to give him that.
I'll give that. I mean, I'm glad I wasn't selected.
Well,
because I'm like afraid.
Well, he's
of that.
He's good at the point where he knows who is going under. He knows who's going to stay under. Because some people, when they get on stage, they'll maybe break out of it and they won't be under anymore.
He can tell. He goes.
He can tell.
Like,
yep. Yeah. Yeah.
head just popping in and out every once in a while. It's like a damn.
Jamie's so excited for this segment. She is so excited.
She's trying to be secret. Oh, she's like.
She's so excited for this. We'll be back right after these messages.
Hey everybody, this is Glenn with Glenn Larson Law and Biker Wolfpack Law. And I got one simple concept today. Don't be a tough guy. Don't try to do it on your own. And also, don't talk to the bad guys. So what do I mean? Don't be a tough guy means go get medical attention right away and tell the doctors everything that's wrong with you. Make sure to do that, because if you don't, it's going to mess up your case. Number two, if you have a problem with your roof, do you hire a roofer? If you have an injury situation and you need help, hire legal professional representation. Our firm is one of those firms, and we stand ready to help. Number three, most importantly, heaven forbid, do not speak to the insurance companies without legal representation. That's it in a nutshell. Thanks for listening.
Hey everyone, my name is Alex Arkangelski, CEO and co-founder of Break Free Technologies, and this is Break Free, a motorcycle helmet accessory that easily mounts to pretty much any motorcycle helmet out there, and it's the simplest way to improve your visibility day or night. Break Free's got a sensor array built into the unit itself, so there's nothing to mount to the motorcycle, there's no wiring, everything is inside the unit. It's got 100 ultra bright LED lights that light you up during the daytime and nighttime. Anytime you slow down, Break Free activates, no matter how. Engine braking, downshifting, regular braking, emergency braking. You slow down, it turns on. Break Free is a small company. We're only 4 co-founders and 1 employee at this point, and we're all passionate motorcycle enthusiasts. We love riding, and we've created this product for our community. We wanted to make sure that motorcycle riders are safe and seen out there on the roads. We saw a huge need for visibility, and that's why we've created this product.
We just want wanted to let you know we're on the High Seas Rally, and it's very lonesome here at the bar without you. But Gary and
It's made up for it.
It's made up for it, and we just want to say, we ride with the 99.
We miss y'all.
We love you.
I may just be famous in a small town. Sometimes I may just get around. And I know who I am, and I know where I stand. I'm that girl, played in a small town.
Hey y'all, it's Janie Balderas, and I'm here with the 99 Radio Network, and I am with the infamous Dwayne Terry, and he is American Soldier Toby Keith Tribute Band. So I'm so excited that he is here. Thank you, Dwayne, for being here today.
Thank you for asking me.
All right. Well, I am a huge fan of yours. Ever since last year, I saw you at the Celebrity Softball Classic, the ballroom,
Right.
and you had come up or something to say something. And but first, I mean, I love the patriotism. You know, I'm very patriotic as well. So just tell me how this all got started. How you got started with the American Soldier tribute band.
Wow. Where do I start? So this is like a really long story. So I've been told for probably the last 20 years that I look like Toby, you know, and so my friends have a band out in Vegas. They're like, man, you should do a Toby tribute. We have a lot of tributes. We got like Kenny Chesney and George Strait and all that. I said, no, let's let Toby be Toby and Dwayne will be Dwayne. Because at the time, I did have a couple songs released on Texas radio. That's back about 2010, I guess. And so, you know, I was just fine, you know, at doing my own thing. And then when Toby passed away, I'd become friends with a couple of his friends, and they're like, man, we're having a memorial. We're raising money at Mooney's Bar just around the corner from Toby's house. And this was like 2 weeks after he passed. Why don't you come up and play some songs for us? So I threw together about 8 songs and ended up playing all day off and on, you know, and everybody's like, man, you can sound so much like Toby. How do you do that? I said, it's just been a knack. I could always sound like whoever I wanted to.
Yeah. And you definitely look like him. Like I know. I was like, you were made for this.
Well, there's something in the water. There's something in the water between McIntosh, Lincoln County, and Oklahoma City, because I was only born 100 miles from Toby.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a story right there. Yeah. I mean, you were kind of, in a sense, neighbors.
Yeah,
something like that.
Well, yeah, growing up, you know, the crazy thing is, I never would put any of his songs in when I had cover bands. I never did any Toby. I didn't even do Should Have Been a Cowboy. I knew the songs, you know, I knew the choruses, but I didn't know none of the songs because I did not want to be compared.
Right.
And number two is, this is really funny. If we have a sub guitar player or a sub player sit in, and we'll hire them, and I say, you know, you're gonna have to woodshed all the way up to the night we play. And oh no, I got this. So I had a guitar player here recently down in Houston about 3 months ago. I go, do you Zelle or Venmo? I need to pay you. And he's like, dude, don't pay me nothing. I totally screwed that up. He goes, I'll be prepared next time. I said, I warned you. So you'll notice when you go out and people will do Should Have Been a Cowboy, and they'll do, I can't think of that song. It's a 3-chord song. And it's sort of like, I got a little change in my pocket. What is that song?
A little change.
Well, I was getting kind of tired of her. Yeah, that endless chatter. Something I could say, never seen. But yeah. So they'll do that song, but they don't really know Whiskey Girl because Toby's music is so complex. It's not verse, chorus, turn around, or lead right, verse, and out. You know, it's not a George Strait song, which is a lot of standard. I mean, there's a lot of chord changes, there's stops. He did things funky in the studio, just like I'm sure they were smoking or drinking or whatever. They said, "Hey, let's do this here." Oh yeah, that sounds good. And none of it is orthodox, So
Yes.
But so I gave in. I said I quit playing music 13 years ago. I was just done with it. The promotion, sinking the money into the promoters and all that, and the same old people coming out on top,
Right.
whether their music was quality or not. So, I told my wife, I said, man, I'm ready just to raise grandkids and raise performance horses and buy me a big bus RV and retire and, play around campfires.
Yeah. And I love your bus. I know you left me in there. And you know what? If you leave me unsupervised, I'm just kidding. I did not drink that drink.
Can we say anything we want to on here?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a humidor and I had 13 Toby Keith joints in there and one of them's missing. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I did give you one, didn't I?
I'm out.
Was it a Canagar? Oh, it was the vape. Yeah.
Springer, right with the pool.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That was
yeah,
so
we have
fun.
a lot of fun on that bus. I've been very blessed with this whole thing. It just everything just keeps falling into place and falling into place. I mean, it's like our about 6 months after doing our largest crowd was in Ohio, in Cleveland, Ohio, home of rock and roll, no doubt. They have this big summer series. I think it runs like 10 weeks called Rockin' on the River. We're the only country act they ever had, and we brought in 10,000 people.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And I bet they had a good time too.
Oh yeah.
Toby,
mind if I just jump in real quick? You were talking about the Toby Keith joints, right? Billy with Hemp and Hounds is right here. We got a whole weed segment right there.
Weed segment. I love that.
Hemp and Hands or Helping Hands?
Yeah. Hemp and Hounds.
Hemp and Hounds.
She changed it.
Damn, that's a new charity on me. Hemp and Hands. For those who can't afford to smoke, let's help them out.
No, we got word of them.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I can afford to smoke. I can't afford the grocery bill.
It says report, not support, is what I used to say.
In high school, they used to call me Mr. Miyagi.
Oh my gosh. But your bus is so much fun and it's so cool. And I know you added some Merle Haggard on there. Johnny, was it Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash? Or
got some Merle Haggard, some Willie Nelson. There's a joke going in there. So Johnny Cash is above George Jones. George Jones sitting here with a cigarette, looking at everybody like, really? We fixing to have some fun? And you walk around the corner and there's Merle up here and there's Waylon down here and they're both laughing. And if you look up at Merle, Willie is on the bathroom door.
Oh.
So Willie's next to the bathroom.
Willie's where the Willie goes.
Okay.
But if you look, and I didn't do this on purpose.
This is where you hang your Willie.
I know.
But if you look too close, Merle's Willie is next to Willie.
Oh my God.
And there's Cash and Waylon looking up and laughing their asses off. You can't.
gosh,
I'll show you the pictures here in a little bit.
Yeah,
I
think
you can't
I
make
saw
this
it.
shit up. You know?
I saw that. Well, I'm going to talk to you about the Josie Music Awards. Let's go to that because you just came back from that and you were nominated.
Yes,
the American Soldier.
Yeah,
so much fun.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
My buddy Keith Ormrod, he has the Kenny Chesney tribute. We do some touring together.
Nice.
Out in California. In fact, we've done that show in Ohio together 2 years ago. So we're sitting there, man. It just seems like it's getting larger and larger. Lori Morgan won an achievement award. There was a lot of presenters that were heavy hitters. Lori being one of them. Jesse Keith Whitley, her son, was on there.
I saw that.
Everybody, it's their night to shine in glitz and glamour, And I'm sitting there, and my wife's squeezing my hand. She says, "You got this.
Oh.
You done 80 shows last year. Nobody's touched you. In fact, everybody's calling me. Who's your booking agent?" I said, "Well, I got 3 lazy ones, but I'm the big one." My other ones, they sit around and wait on the phone to ring, and I'm all the time making up leads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I love them though.
Yeah.
We get along until it goes to booking. But so anyway, they called Keith's name, and I said, "Well, dang it, he's not here." And I was trying to text him. She said, "You should go take it." I said, "Oh yeah, that'll get me in that circle at the Grand Ole Opry." So I ran up there and said, "I'm going to accept this you know,
speech.
You know, for
It's
Keith,
cool.
I said, in case y'all didn't know, I have a little Jimmy Dickens tribute band. You didn't get it, did you?
He's like trying to get us.
So the whole
Gotcha,
crowd
so far.
started laughing. But anyway, I congratulated Keith, and I got off there, and I went backstage. I took a picture of it, and I sent it to him. Nothing. So I called him and said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm watching a movie." And I'm like, "Well, you won." I won what? I said, "Oh, okay. No, you didn't win. I'm fixing to scratch your name off or reorder one with my name on it."
You may have had one of those.
He goes, "What are you
No.
talking about?" I said, "The Josie Awards. I figured you would be here. If I knew your lazy ass wasn't going to be here, I'd have called you and told you to get here." He goes, "Oh, man, I won. That's cool."
Oh gosh.
I'm
Okay.
like, dude.
I'll take your award. Change my.
So now for the last 2 days, he won't shut up about it.
Oh well, that was.
I said, "You totally forgot about it," but I still haven't sent it to him yet. I think I'm going to give it to him in Vegas.
You're
Yeah.
such a
We'll
good
see each other
friend.
in Vegas.
Vegas,
I'm playing the
baby.
NFR, so.
Yeah, you're such a good
Nice.
friend. I mean, having over 80,000 submissions and being the top 3% is a huge, huge honor. So,
You know,
congrats
I didn't
to
realize
you.
that today. My wife said, and I'm not down. I mean, I had, she's going to kick my, Brenda Best messaged me. She goes, "You were so gracious with the way you took that." I said, "What was I supposed to do? Roll on the floor and cry?" I mean, it's my first year, I got to let them little guys have it once in a while.
I love, supporting other artists too. That's just.
But
it's
I
amazing.
met so many great people, and
Yeah.
it actually put a fire under me. I mean, I'm planning on releasing a project in 2026, but I think I'm going to get on it a lot sooner.
Nice.
And I want about 4 or 5 nominations next year for something other than the tribute.
That's a goal.
I do have another voice. I'll do it. I'll do one of mine for y'all here in a little while.
Yes.
On
And
the-
talking
on the
about
guitar.
your originals, I mean, you are, like you said, you're going to do another album or something to that nature.
Yeah. When I was, do you want a little bit of history behind me?
Yes, I do. on that.
Okay, so in the 80s, so I graduated high school just south of Tulsa, and I went to work at McDonnell Douglas, working on airplanes, like my dad did. But man, that bug was in me. I was wanting to move to Nashville, and I was wanting to try the Bakerfield sound too, or the West Coast. So I thought, you know what, I can transfer out to Long Beach, California, work on airplanes, and not starve, and still play music. So I did that, and I picked up a manager that was best friends with Hank Jr. His name was Don Sessions. He wrote "Thanks a Lot." You ever heard that Ernest Tubb song? Thanks a lot. I got a broken heart, and that's all
Yes.
I got. Yeah, well, that was Don's claim to fame, and he discovered Donna Fargo.
Hmm.
Well, anyway, I thought I was on my way, man. One of Hank Jr.'s best friends, my manager. That don't happen like that.
There's a lot of country out in California.
What's that?
A lot of country.
Oh, there used to
Oh.
be, man.
Oh, used to be.
Yeah, there used to be. You ever heard of Desert Rose Band when they weren't on tour? Bill Bryson, J.D. Manis. I'm going to leave somebody out. Everybody but Chris Hillman would play with me. I would hire them to play with me, and I played all up and down Northern and Southern California when I was in my 20s.
Wow. Because New York, man, I mean, if we had a couple of country bars in New York, but not too much, they only knew like Brooks and Dunn. That's all they knew.
Yeah.
That's all New Yorkers knew, was Brooks
Thank
and
God,
Dunn.
all they knew in North Carolina was Leonard Skinner and Travis
Salsa
Tritt.
commercial.
Yeah.
New York City.
What?
Where do I get cowboy boots?
Get a rope.
So now everybody around here going to call you Mondami, huh?
oh no. Yeah.
But you got to go la 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 la
La,
la
la, 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 la. Can you write songs about camels?
I can write about anything. I can take a record. I need to do a David Allen Coe album because I can take any country song and make it really raunchy.
All right.
Although I don't, I keep it clean.
Yeah. What is your next show coming up? I know you have quite a few shows.
Oh, my next show will be Saturday night over in Lido at the Lone Star
All right.
backyard.
Okay.
You can get tickets on their site, or you can show up at the door. I think it's $5 more if you show up at the door. Expecting to be packed. And then the next day, I'm down in Humble, Texas, for a veterans a benefit called Boots for Troops.
Okay.
If you look up bootsfortroops.org, you will see that all of the money they collect, they put together care packages, and every care package is
That's great.
every care package. It's sort of like the tree with the little kids' names on it. They tell you what they want, but it also includes a new pair of boots, a new pair of combat boots.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is so cool.
Do you want to
Because
play that clip?
for some reason, our troops have
Sure.
to buy those.
Yeah, let's play a clip of
Let's. It's not going to be up there. I'll be on the
yeah.
screen. But let's play
Let's
a
play
quick
that.
clip of
Oh,
Dwayne, American Soldier. This is what we pulled up off YouTube.
That's right.
Play that clip.
Well, Jesus. All right, we are back with Dwayne Terry, and I have a question for you. The first time you met Toby, what happened?
First time I met Toby was in 1995. I just moved to Nashville, and it was a 3-year waiting list to get an apartment. So I spent the first 6 months in my car.
Oh, wow.
In the summertime in Nashville, it's very humid. If anybody knows, I worked a welding job during the day, and then I hit all the bars at night playing music. But I was playing in a little, can't remember the name of it. It was a little hole in the wall, and he came in there, and I knew exactly who Harold Shedd was. Harold's the one that got Toby his deal, and Toby come walking in with that white felt hat on, and he sat at the bar. He sat on a bar stool for about 5 minutes, and then he got up and he says, "Hey man, you got pretty good chops." He said, "You look like you got the whole deal. You got anything going on?" And I go, "No, not yet." I said, "I only been here about 5 months." About that time, Harold grabbed him and said they had to go. He goes, "Hey man, I'll see you down the road." I said, "All right." So about, I guess it was 10 years later, I was on Nashville Star. You remember that show? So I was on the very first episode with Miranda Lambert. I'm very opinionated. And they brought me that contract, and it was thicker than 20 Bibles. It said forever, eternity, worldwide, exclusively, 100%. And Charlie Robeson come over to me. He goes, "Hey," he said, "you haven't signed your contract. The producers need that now before they go to editing after this is over." And I go, "I ain't signing that crap." He's like, "Come on now, you know you're going to Nashville." I went, "You know I'm going to Nashville? You're taking 10 people. There's 150 contestants out there, and you're telling me that you know I'm going? So at what point do you start sticking the broom handle up my rear end?"
Oh my gosh.
He goes, "Oh, come on, sign it." I said, "I ain't doing it," and I didn't sign it.
Man.
I didn't sign it that night. My mom was mad at me, my family, So anyway, I stayed in town, and I was playing acoustic at this little place, and the Big 12 championship was in town. Toby's a big OU fan.
Right.
So am I. I've always been an OU fan, not just because Toby is. So him and Mike Stoops was in there, and he was smoking a cigar. That's when you could smoke in a bar. And he came over to me. He goes, "Your name's Dwayne." And I go, "Yes, sir." He goes, "I remember you about 1995. He has a memory. He had a memory of an elephant.
Oh,
All of his friends will tell you that." And I go, "Yes, sir, that's me." He said, "You got anything going?" I said, "Well, I was on this reality show called Nashville Star, but I think they're going to cut me out of it." He goes, "Oh," he said, "You got anything else working?" I said, "Well, not right now." So he walked back over to the bar and grabs a napkin and writes a number down. He said, "This is my manager."
Oh,
He
that's
said,
cool.
if you're in my area when I'm playing, give that guy a call. We'll put you on the guest list. You come backstage and hang out. Let's talk." He said, "I think I can do something for you." I said, "Man, that'll be cool."
Oh,
It was so
man.
cool. I lost that napkin that
I
night.
know. You're like, are you set for something else?
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I did with that thing.
You
I think I thought I was on my way, and I had a few drinks too many.
You probably
So yeah.
put your drink on that napkin
So
and just sat
so you don't. So I've never been starstruck because I went to high school with Ronnie Dunn's little brother, and
Okay.
I'd been around Ronnie Dunn, go to all the jam sessions in Tulsa when I was 16, and hung out with them a little bit. But anyway, so I wasn't going to call them, "Hey, yeah, Toby told me to call." They'd be like, "Yeah, you're full of crap," So
I had a napkin.
That's what
had
I
a
know.
napkin.
So lo and behold, 6 years later, I was divorced, and I was living in Fort Worth. And you know how when you making all the bars and arounds and you're playing,
Right.
you get a group of friends. So I had about 8 female friends, and they were talking about going to see Toby Keith. I said, "Well, hey, let's go." I said, "You know what? I'll buy all of our tickets. Let's go." I was working in the oil field at the time. I was making a shit ton of money. And they go, "Yeah, we'll go." So I got a second row seats. We're sitting there, and we're kind of off to stage right. And I think he's singing "Who's Your Daddy" or something. And he comes over and he walks right over in front of me and points at me like this. Makes the phone signal, and he goes and waved me off.
That
Like,
is
"You ding-a-ling."
epic.
And
Your daddy.
I
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's what
the
them-
napkin.
that's what my lady friends were saying. They go,
Oh,
"You know him?"
my
I go,
God.
"I used to."
Oh man.
Oh,
That's a great story, though. I love it. I did not.
So,
know that.
I'm pretty close friends with a couple close friends of Toby's now, and it's funny. One of them was on my bus the other night, and I walked out with the jacket and the new black felt hat. Like Toby used to wear.
Right.
And I said, "Hey, what's up, Hoss?" That was a Toby phrase he'd use a lot. And he looked up, he goes, "Oh, good God." He said, "You got to quit doing that." And I'm like, "How you like it?" He's like,
"How do you like it?"
And,
oh my gosh.
he goes, "Man," he said, "if that sucker was alive, we'd had fun with you."
Oh
I said, "Yeah,
gosh.
I'd probably be the water boy, the beer boy." He goes, "Exactly." He said, "Toby, we'd be on the bus drinking." Toby said, "Get your ass out there and sign autographs."
Well, you're so much fun, and you're so grounded and down to earth, and that's what I love about you, because you're just like, everybody's my friend, and I just love that, and you're just a great guy and all. But I love your performances. I saw you live at the Celebrity this year, and with the flag. I mean, that was just that right there. It's just like that patriotism is awesome.
I've chased this dream since I've chased music since I was 14 years old, trying to be something in the music, trying to. Just mic working? It didn't sound like it.
Yeah.
But
mine's just loud.
So then I quit playing music, and then this thing doesn't really fall in my lap. Just all the pieces fell in, and the momentum just keeps going and going and going. I have dancers now. We have not pyrotechnics, but we got confetti cannons. I got a road manager. And this thing just keeps growing. We were just invited to be on Country Thunder in Arizona.
Wow, I love it.
So we did take the tribute part off. That kind of negatifies it a little bit. We call it a salute to Toby and the American Soldier. So
I love that. That is great.
It is called the American Soldier, a salute to Toby and the
Okay.
American veteran, or American Soldier veteran. So
I love that name.
that just gives a little more prestige, because people think, there's a lot of great tributes out there to a ton of artists that do not get their adage. They don't get the validity and the hard work. And artists can go out there, you name them, they can go out there slobbering drunk, forget their lines, mess them up, cuss out the crowd, do what they want to do. But we have to recreate the studio live. What you heard on the radio is what we have to recreate.
Right.
And people just don't know what goes into recording.
Oh yeah.
Just one song. There's you punch in, you punch out, you overdub, you all that. Well, we have to recreate that and combine it with live. And so we will be coming to Texas live here sometime this year or the beginning of the year. I don't know. That's what I've been told. But anytime you see me in Texas live or a live outdoor venue, I will have a bunch of dancers on stage. It'll be a big production. And
John.
all that.
Oh yeah, I was actually fixing to say that. I was like, can we hear a song? Would love to hear a song.
I didn't write this one, but
it's okay. We want to hear you.
Single that I released. I'm trying to get a songwriting session in December with this guy.
I love your guitar. Very nice. Doesn't have bling like mine, but it's okay.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
I buy my stuff out of pawn shops. You know what I'm saying?
No, I put my.
And I
bling.
love
I put the
Alvarez.
bling on mine.
I'm gonna put a plug for Alvarez. You got a balanced XLR and you got a 1/4 inch. This is my field goal guitar.
Oh no, I don't have a fancy.
Know why? Because I kicked the hole in it. My wife made me so mad. I was barefooted.
Oh my gosh.
And I kicked it right through the case across, and it landed in the neighbor's yard across the street. But it's the best sounding damn guitar.
Yeah. The only thing fancy about my guitar is I added all those rhinestones, but it's not anything fancy though. It's just what comes out of that, and that's music, right?
Long legs step out of the car, walked across the floor to the bar. I turned my head, didn't want her to see the way your walk was affecting me. Bartender said you better think twice. She's not the kind of girl your mama would like. Don't waste your time, just walk on by. She'll just walk away and leave you high and dry, 'cause she's got a way of walking that could make a grown man cry. She's got a way of talking that could make you believe her lies. Oh yeah, she could get away with murder, took my heart and didn't leave a trace. She's got a way of walking away. Young boy, barely 24, never been in love before. She took the lead and right from the start and led me up to the leaving part. Now she's gone, but I'm all right. I wonder where she's walking tonight. She's always there in the back of my mind. I'd love to see her walking here tonight, 'cause she's got a way of walking that could make a grown man cry. She's got a way of talking that could make you believe her lies. Oh yeah, she could get away with murder, took my heart and didn't leave a trace. She's got a way of walking away. Oh yeah, she could get away with murder, took my heart and didn't leave a trace. She's got a way of walking away.
Woo! That was awesome.
So
I love it.
The album that song was on is close to 15 years old, so I'm looking to re-release that to generate some momentum for my new album coming out. And so I think we're going to re-release that.
Yeah, I love that song.
And get that out to internet radio. So.
I love it. And when do you anticipate maybe the album coming out? Maybe like a ballpark. I don't know. It's hard to say.
That's a crazy figure. It could be this same time next year. I'm so freaking busy. I still work a 40-hour job. I'm trying to retire from that. My phone I got in trouble today at work. My phone is ringing off the hook. Agents, band members, road manager, my
Tell
bus
your boss,
mechanic.
hey, can't see I'm busy here.
So
just like that.
So we're looking to wrap our bus with a flag and
man.
and an eagle head. So if anybody out there wants to help out and sponsor that, I mean, I'm sure we can.
Is there a spot for the 99% Radio Network on
yeah,
the bumper or
yeah, there
something?
probably is. We have to look into. See, it's registered as a motorhome right now. Hope you're not listening, DPS. But it does have a bathroom, a shower, and a kitchen, so it qualifies as a motorhome. It's just if you get too big a sign, then you have to get commercial insurance, and that's not even. The bus ain't worth that much. But like I said, yeah, we sure could use some sponsors. I do want to. Can I throw a shout out to a hat company that I just signed a deal with?
Of course, yeah.
Twin Stone Hats in Arlington. They're fully handmade here in Texas, and they're the only hat company that has 100% beaver in their hats. These other companies, I'm not going to name them, but they are putting anywhere from 5 to 10% of rabbit in their beaver.
Beaver is
wow.
much better than rabbit.
I love beaver. I mean,
Me too.
You do.
I love beaver. Okay.
Yeah, Janie, tell us.
Well,
about
we're
that.
all in agreement here.
No, my husband has a beaver hat. So, oh my
Your
gosh.
husband has a beaver?
Okay, you know what? So I always, John knows I always put
the answer to your husband having a beaver
Dwayne.
is called Norelco.
Dwayne. Okay, I meant the beaver hat. I know.
You know that's going to be a soundbite. You know that is going to be a soundbite.
Have we got time for a Toby song that'll make you cry?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Let's please move on over.
See if I can remember it. Don't let the old man in. I want to live me some more. Can't leave it up to him. He's knocking on my door. I'd known all my life that someday it would end. Get up and go outside. Don't let the old man in. Many moons I've lived, my body's weathered and worn. Ask yourself, how old would you be if you didn't know the day you were born? Try to love on your wife. Stay close to your friends. Toast each sundown with wine. Don't let the old man in. Many moons I've lived, my body's weathered and worn. Ask yourself, how old would you be if you didn't know the day you were born? When he rides up on his horse, you feel that cold bitter wind. Look out your window and smile. Don't let the old man in.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, so much talent. Well, first of all, I just want to thank you for taking the time out to come out here and visit with us. You're just amazing, and I cannot wait to see another live show. I've seen one, but I want to see what all the dancers and all that going on. So, I guess that's
Dancers,
it.
Beaver, where are we going,
Well,
man? We're going to have to change the name of your segment.
And dancers. You have dancers. Dwayne's just like, he's just like, okay. But thank you for...
Today's show brought to you
I
by
know.
the Beaver Underwear Company.
Thank you so much. Did you bring your bus today, or did you come in?
No, I ain't going to drive it in this
Oh,
traffic.
yeah.
Well, we might get through it, actually.
No,
I
had
know,
to come.
right?
Yeah, I had to come straight after work. I'm still.
Oh, that's right. All right. Well, thank you for being here. And where can they find your, like a website or social media?
AmericanSoldierShow.com. No WW, just all lowercase, AmericanSoldierShow.com. You can look me up on Facebook, American Soldier, a tribute to Toby Keith, performed by Dwayne Terry.
All right.
That's DEWAYNE. And then I have my Dwayne Terry Facebook page.
All right. Well, y'all make sure and catch a show, because you will not be disappointed. He puts on a really great show, has a great voice, and so patriotic. And once again, let's give it up for Dwayne Terry, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Hey, I think you did an amazing job your first day out of the gate, man. You did it first. Yeah.
Put you on board.
Yeah, I think you did amazing. And this is going to be our.
Thank you,
this,
Dwayne, for coming.
Yes, thank you,
I
Dwayne.
know.
so
We
much.
appreciate it so much.
This is going to be one of our newest segments, Guitars, Grit, and Glamour, hosted by the very talented musical country artist, Janie Balderas. Stay tuned, because she's going to be doing many more of these interviews.
Yes.
We're going to be
She
doing a
knows
lot more
people.
stuff. She knows people.
And remote as well.
And promote as well, man. So she is going to be the voice of country for our show. And tune in, follow her, and check out one of her concerts. Where are you playing next,
Oh,
Jamie?
gosh,
What
I'm
you
playing-
doing, girl?
Yeah.
I'm playing the airport this Friday, Austin Airport.
Well, like outside, like
No, inside. Why y'all picking on me today? I'm just kidding.
I ain't doing that.
Why y'all picking on?
throw some change. Throw some change in that cowboy hat.
Can I request silver wings?
Oh my gosh, I can't even. And Dwayne's just kind of
Freebird.
Anyway, the Austin
I'll fly away.
Saxon Pub stage, full band, 6-piece Oh, I'm so I didn't know if it was still on. Oh yeah, Saxon Pub,
We're
Main
not on
Stage
break.
Airport. And then I have actually a radio interview in Wimberley with Over Easy.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's kind of cool. Just
Very cool.
kind of promoting my song. And I know I got other shows coming up, but it's JanieBalderas.com or Janie Balderas Music. You can follow me on social media because I'll put real-time stuff on there. So
Yeah.
She does.
she's like, I know it.
Follow.
I know
And
it.
if you don't remember any of those websites, you can go onto the 99% Radio Network. You look at our partnership page, and you will see Dwayne's, and you will see Janie's picture on our partnership page, and you will click
on
you
their face.
And you
click
might
on that face. We'll
Click
bring
on
you right
their
there.
face.
Link.
And one day you might just see Dwayne and Janie at a concert.
Oh,
That would be pretty cool.
Dwayne
That would be
and
pretty
Jane.
cool.
Dwayne and Janie.
Dwayne and Janie.
We may have, you know what? The 99 may have to put that together for some of our veterans. 2026 veteran show.
Quit booking me up. Just kidding.
All right, then you don't have to be involved.
I will.
No, see how quick he changed.
I have to take control.
Just like a woman, just boom, just change it like that. All right,
Send the details.
we're going to be coming back with Hemp and Hounds, Billy Ball. We're going to talk about not hounds. We're going to talk about a little about hemp this time, right? Because we've had a lot of different things happening in the state of Texas. You know what? Governor Abbott vetoed that bill, and we're going to be pushing it along, making sure our veterans and all our other people with issues are well taken care of, like this one right here. We'll be back right after this.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story, and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
Let the My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Daddy.
That was us over 10 years ago.
Now, LifeVac is responsible for saving over 2,000 lives from choking.
We started this company in our garage, just hoping to make a difference, because over 5,000 lives are needlessly lost each year to choking incidents.
Help LifeVac on our mission to save lives.
In the time it takes you to pick up the phone and call, another life could be saved.
LifeVac's patented design creates a one-way suction to remove food or objects obstructing airways. All you have to do is place, push, and pull. And just like that, LifeVac can save a life from choking.
Quite frankly, I thought I was going to die. The LifeVac saved my life in 1-2 seconds.
Get your very own LifeVac now and get 20% off. Visit lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac.
As my personal promise to you, if you order a LifeVac and have to use it, LifeVac will replace it free.
LifeVac works on adults, teens, or toddlers and can be ready in seconds and last a lifetime, guaranteed.
Best of all, you can even use a LifeVac on yourself, the elderly, physically impaired, or those that other methods may not be possible or are dangerous. In the event of a choking emergency, you could save a life, even your own.
Thank you, Daddy.
Life is precious and time matters.
Choking can happen anywhere. Help us put a LifeVac in every home, school, restaurant, car, office, everywhere.
Protecting families has always been our mission. I'm sure you love your family like I love my daughter. Do us all a favor and get your own LifeVac now.
LifeVac saves lives. Order one for your home, the office. It also makes a great gift. Use promo code Jackie and save 20%. Don't wait another minute. A life might depend on it. Go to lifevac.net or call 877-LifeVac. That's lifevac.net or 877-LifeVac. Order now.
Biker Wolfpack Law is a safety organization founded by myself alongside Robert Howell with the primary focus of motorcycle safety, advocacy for injured bikers, and just general protection for those injured while riding motorcycles in the great state of Texas. Biker Wolfpack Law is a division of Glenn Larson Law Injury Attorneys, which is my firm. What's different about Biker Wolfpack Law is it's a community-based, event-based connection component to make sure that motorcyclists have all of the safety information they need, all of the legal information they need, and frankly, if needed, that full-blown legal advocacy in times of injury through no fault of their own.
One of our big events is we do ASM classes, which are accident scene management classes, which are put on with the Road Guardians, group of riders that are usually EMTs, doctors, nurses that also ride. And so they know what can happen when you're out there by yourself. And so it's a very intense class, like how to do tourniquets, how to get a helmet off of a person without hurting their neck more, how to get somebody out of the middle of the road. We do those a couple times a year, and the more safe riders are out there, the better it is.
The second division and component of Biker Wolfpack Law is to sponsor local musicians at bike nights or other community events that involve motorcyclists, but also just the community as a whole. And then third is larger charity organization events or rides to get out in the fresh air and have some fun. What I love most about representing bikers and motorcyclists across the great state of Texas is really one thing. It's about hearing the story. It's about going to motorcycle events, constantly meeting new people and making new connections. One of the reasons why I started Biker Wolfpack Law was to defeat and counteract many of the biases that are out there that, quote, motorcyclists are just dangerous. Make sure that motorcyclists are seen as exactly who they are, very hardworking, very responsible, and very dedicated individuals that deserve the justice that they need.
Hey, welcome back to the award-winning 99% Radio Network here in a fishbowl. Man, Dwayne, Terry, and Janie Balderas did an amazing job on the first time out of the gate for Guitars, Grit, and Glamour. What do you think, man? What do you think of that whole segment?
The G show.
The G show. 3 G's. 3 G's.
3 G's.
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 G's. What? Yeah. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you thought about that segment, man. Because I think she knocked it out of the park. She's going to be the voice of country right here on the 99.
Voice of music, because we're going to have other artists on here as well besides just country music.
We're going to have to change that cowboy hat from her, right? We'll have to take the cowboy hat.
I don't think you can do that. You can't.
No.
Just because she likes she can be yourself, Janie.
Yes.
But I think we got Mario.
Mario, yeah.
He's in the works of coming on in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Have you seen that sexy motherfucker?
Who are we talking about? What? Mario.
I don't know.
Ripped.
Rapper, singer.
Yeah. Hello.
Would you like to do something for the 99?
Bam. That would be your opening line, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Would you like to do something for the 99?
Do someone from the 99.
Yeah. I'm not an official. No, just kidding.
Team player.
Just taking it for the team.
Taking it for the team.
Yeah.
Taking it for the team. Wow.
Sorry, Mario. Much respect.
But this is now we're coming on to our next segment, which is Hegmented.
Hegmented.
Look, I can't even speak.
Ooh, I like that. We're gonna hegment into
Hemp and hounds. So Billy,
yes.
he
gets it.
Last week we were talking about hounds a little bit. You brought in Buck.
Hype crew over here.
Yep, our
Buck.
Yes, our sweet little. His real name though was Snow Dirt. In case anyone is interested. He's still looking for a home. He's just the sweetest boy.
He just sat at the mic last. He sat at the mic last week.
Every single one that you've brought in here, I don't understand it, and I'm thinking that you just need to hemp them up when they're born.
I was watching the show
shove the hemp
and I
down
kept,
as soon as they come out of the womb and they start acting like that.
He was so
and he was
good.
just sitting there
he was
like
so
a good
good.
boy. He's a good boy. All my babies are good babies.
And if you do want to adopt,
mine are assholes. Well, one of them is. I need you to take my dog for a little bit.
You know what? I'll bring you
just
some treats.
Hemp it up.
I'm making a whole bunch of stuff as we speak right now.
But see, you give me these little, tiny little things. I have 100-pound puppy.
Then we'll
I
make
need
I'll
this
make a
thing
big
in like a
batch.
steak size.
Tell him how to light
gummy.
a joint.
I will make them some big ones.
We need to put the astronaut head on the dog. Can we get flagged?
So if you want to adopt one of the puppies that you've seen here on the 99, or you can go to
Triple 10 Aussies.
Triple 10 Aussie.
No, I have a question.
And look at some of the puppies there.
They seem like they're super chill, but they also seem like they're very athletic looking.
It's a great combination of
So
both
are
of
they
them.
do you have to they seem like they get maybe a couple
lot of energy?
They get maybe 4 zoomies a day.
They do, and they have meetings. There's
meetings?
daily meetings, and they'll all start howling. But the thing about an Aussie is they are a working breed, and so they're also herding dogs. So I've seen people come over, and if you walk briskly away from them, they will come after you and
Nip
they'll
at
try
my
to
ankles.
nip but
see
all
those dogs scare me more than a jaw.
but not mine, because they are just, you've seen them, they
know.
ain't chasing nothing. They're just gonna sit there and love on you.
Yours
and chill.
don't do it, but others. I have been to other people's houses, and those ankle biting dogs
Well,
terrify me.
It also depends on how you raise them.
Exactly,
It's
how
all
they're
how
raised.
you're raised.
Again,
we're defending the yap dogs.
Yeah.
Oh no! I'm
it's
defending
not
her
even
dogs.
the
It's,
ankle.
I'm defending her dogs.
No, my babies, they, like I said, mama does what she does, and I try to leave them alone, but, I check them and weigh them. But then after a certain amount of time, I start interacting with them and just hold them. I mean, they're puppies. People are like, what do you do? And I'm like, love them and snuggle them and tell them how cute they are. And I really don't yell at them.
What is that show? It just dawned on me. Ren and Stimpy. Is it Ren and Stimpy? I just want to hug him and kiss him and love on him and squeeze him until their
Bugs Bunny.
little eyeballs pop out.
Bugs Bunny. But,
it wasn't Bugs. It was.
I want to hug him and squeeze him and name
Tunes.
him George.
Yeah, it was Bugs Bunny.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Bugs Bunny.
Or
It was Looney Tunes.
It was Looney Tunes, right.
But yeah, we try to not, I mean, we're out on
I'm
a
not
farm,
on
so there's
one
all
today,
sorts
so
of, there's fireworks, there's loud noises, and so we really try to acclimate them to things that, happens to animals. We don't want them to go into a home and be scared of thunder or be scared of that. So
So
you
if
know,
I adopt one, I just need to start yelling just in case there's like domestic. Hey! Yeah!
Well, I've got YouTube channels, and like at night, I'll just play thunderstorms, and so we sleep to like thunder and lightning. You know, I'll put on some fireworks stuff just to get them acclimated to it.
Yeah.
And you know, just we give them the shots ourselves, so they're very, you know, acclimated to that, and we work on ways of giving them shots so it doesn't stress them out.
That stuff you gave me, the liquid, the liquid works amazing.
Yes.
Did you take it?
Huh? No, not yet.
Have
I'm
you?
gonna try.
See, he was
No, I
very
got something. I got
you were
something
very
else.
confident in
I
how
got
you
something
said
else.
that.
But the liquid, one of our dogs shakes like crazy on fireworks, on thunder. They can feel a storm
Oh, where
coming.
it's like chill.
Oh my
it's
God!
Like, ooh, like
she'll
waves.
she'll just run into the laundry room or try to hide under the bed. A couple of squirts of that, and they just chilled on the couch, and it calms them down. So yeah, I need some more.
And this is all natural.
Well,
All
yeah,
natural,
exactly.
all natural.
The
Which
great thing
means
about, you know, the different hemp and cannabis, remember, two totally separate things, is the different ways that you intake them affect how quickly they act in your body and how long they last. So smoking is the quickest way to get medicine into your body, but of course, you know, Rover can't like toke it up, so you have to.
Well, you can
No,
blow it in
isn't there a myth you blow it in their ear? That's not real.
It's real. I mean,
Is it?
You know, their face, their
So
ear,
it is
it's all
working.
right there. It works, but smoking and
I
that
don't do that.
smoke immediately hits all the CB1 receptors, which
So if I blow it in my husband's ear when he's sleeping, what
possibly just blow it straight in his mouth. But so you've got smoking, which it affects you immediately. But the tincture, you know, the liquid
Under
that
the
you're
tongue.
talking about,
Is it
under the tongue,
How about
or you know, just get it in their mouth, and all the red, wet, shiny surfaces are very absorbent, and that's called a sublingual thing. So it gets in there really quick, and it lasts for hours. Even they've come up with CBD and
They call
THC
everything
suppositories and tampons, because you know, red, wet, shiny surfaces down there, it absorbs really.
How did
really
we get
quick.
to tampons? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I saw
I've had
call
it
and we
used.
went.
But so you know, it's just it's a quick absorbing. It gets into the system. It
There's
gets directly into your
THC
bloodstream.
tampons.
Yeah, it absorbs into your bloodstream.
Girl.
Making your monthly
And
a little
works
better.
immediately, and
Hold
then
on,
we
I'm
get
gonna
into like
I'm gonna get on the shopping network.
She's looking at Amazon right now.
so. So the liquid that you're talking about, you said it works quickly, and
Yes.
the treats work too. But the thing about treats and edibles, when we're talking about edibles, you have to eat them. They have to go into your stomach. They get ripped around and then go into your liver, where they are turned into a totally different thing. It's not even really Delta 9 THC anymore. It's 11 hydroxy. And it's a totally different thing, but it lasts for
Hydroxy.
hours. That's why when you take an edible, it lasts and lasts and lasts, because it's supposed to be in there. It totally gets into your system.
And it
It's
breaks
a
down
cruise
slowly.
ship
And it breaks
instead
down
of a
slowly.
tugboat.
a little bit slower, and it stays in there. So from a good edible, you can get, you know, 8 to 12 hours of constant pain relief, anxiety, help, you know, whatever it is you need. Because a lot of people think, oh, hemp and cannabis, they're good for if you're stressed and all that. Well, yes, but the things that hemp and cannabis have been shown to help, you know, it's a antifungal, some of the strains. Of course, anti-anxiety, helps with inflammation. There's so many
all the good
compounds.
things.
Well, for some of our viewers out there that are, you know, on the verge of going, should I take a gummy,
Right.
or should I maybe, you know, smoke a joint, or what's best for me?
You just call
You know-
me. I will sit with you, and we will work this out together.
Well, you know, it kind of depends. If we're talking about Nana, you know, Nana might not.
Nana don't know if you put a gummy in there.
She's not going to roll. She's not going to want to immediately go
Her
to like let's
arthritis
smoking
can't
it up,
do it.
right? Right. So probably with someone, if you're wanting to help someone and you want to crack open that door just a little bit, get them like a CBD gummy. Be like, here, just try this for a couple days, and if it doesn't work, I will shut the hell up and leave you alone. But just get them to try it, because meanwhile they're rattling their pill bottles. You know, they're
Right.
full of pill bottles. No, my doctor said to take this. Of course, your doctor's not
your
going
doctor
to
getting
suggest
paid.
cannabis, because exactly he's not going to get any kickbacks from. Because y'all know doctors get kickbacks from chemotherapy.
They get
Chemotherapy.
kickback from
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, they get
Every
kickbacks.
little thing they
Everything
write
they prescribe,
down.
yeah.
For
yeah.
everything. But, you know, cannabis is so specialized and unique. Like, say we all had condition A. We all go see the doctor, and the doctor's like, okay, Patty, here's you a pink pill every 4 hours. John, here's you a pink pill every 2 hours. Billy can't take the pink pill. She needs the blue pill. Kind of does the same thing, but not exactly. But we can't take each other's dosages. I can't take your pink pill. You shouldn't take my blue pill, right?
Right.
So what they're discovering about cannabis is it can be so specific to a specific person, depending on the strain, the amount of THC, the amount of CBD, CBGs, the other cannabinoids in them,
There's
the
Gs?
terpenes, which affect the flavor and the smell, and the flavonoids, which are the colors, to where they can say, you know what, Patty, we all have the same condition, but you need Purple Kush. You need Afghani 79, and I need Blueberry Muffin to help with our symptoms
Different
and what we
strains.
go different strains, exactly. But the neat thing is if
But
I
you're
run
not just saying like different strains like sativa, indica, and mix. Like there is way more levels to
Oh,
this than you think. Like
exactly.
it's not just the three wise men.
Exactly.
Because
Because
there's a
when-
lot more to this.
When you're looking at hemp or cannabis, there's three main parts. There's the medicine, which are the cannabinoids, THC, CBG, CBD. There are the flavonoids, which affect the colors, which is why you have like some that are, purple strains or some that look
Bright
like,
green,
Mardi
white.
Gras, right? So those are
Right.
the flavonoids, which come in all food that grows out of the ground. That's why blueberries are blue, why strawberries are red, why oranges are orange. It's actually a medicine in this plant. And then you have the terpenes, which make it smell like, pinene makes pine trees smell like pine. Limonene makes lemons smell like lemon, but it has all these in it too. And these are all
Sounds like Willy Wonka.
Right, exactly.
The strawberries smell like strawberries, and the
Snozberries
snozberries smell like
snozberries.
snozberries.
But you have all these neat different things in it. And I know a lot of people are still hesitant and wary to talk about it.
Well,
'Cause
a lot of people, maybe are veterans who, do 20 years and
Correct.
they haven't smoked a joint. They don't know how it's going to impact them or
If
what
they
in
were
fact.
in the
So they get
military
nervous.
back then,
Right.
they smoked a joint.
Well, so
let
they
me tell you.
they get a little a little nervous. They're like, oh, is it going to make me paranoid? Is it going to make me sleepy? Is it going to make me anxious? So what do you tell those people that are a little nervous about their
Take a
first time
small
trying
nibble.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're trying it for the first time, and let's say you live in a state that cannabis is not legal, because remember, hemp is legal here, cannabis is not. Cannabis is federally legal, hemp is federally legal, but cannabis is a state-by-state thing, which is why Texas has the little teacup program. But what I noticed about people who smoke it, they're going to put it in a bowl, they're going to smoke a joint, and they do have something happen to them. There's a small percentage of people whose bodies just can't handle it. There are people who freak out also simply because I'm doing something against the law, and I served my
nervous.
country
Panic
for 20
level,
years,
yeah.
and I followed every rule that was set forth to me, and now I'm breaking this law, and it gets to them.
And they go straight to church.
And then there are the people who remember me talking about the terpenes and the flavonoids. If you are allergic to lemons and you smoke a strain that has limonene, the things that makes lemons smell like lemon and be lemons, you are probably going to have a bad reaction to that. If you are allergic to lavender and you get a hold of something that has linalool in it, you are not probably going to have a good time. Which is why, I suggest first-time users either do a tincture or do a gummy. Half of a gummy. Don't do like a big boy gummy, like newbies.
don't smoke
5
it
to 10 milligrams.
first time.
If they,
can.
but smoking is the best, but they have to be in a safe environment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's-
don't just be at a party and go,
Correct.
"Oh, hit that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Especially if you drank prior.
correct. Well, because a
Get
couple of
spinny
years
spin
ago,
spins.
out at Deep Ellum,
You
there were
raised your eyebrows
people
like you knew you had to put your foot down once, didn't you?
in Deep Ellum a couple of years ago. There were people walking around saying, "Hey, you want to hit this? It's a joint," and people would hit the joint.
And you don't know what's in it.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to be quiet.
Yeah, because then they would wake up 5 hours later, passed out on the sidewalk, and they've been robbed.
Well, they're missing their underwear.
Yeah, or and they're
At
like,
minimum.
"Why's my butthole hurt?" I mean, I don't. Yeah, so you got to be careful, and even when you go into some of these smoke shops these days, again, let's be clear: you are not getting cannabis grade THC Delta 9 when you walk into these stores. It'll say it. And, Delta 8, blah, blah, blah. Delta 8's not naturally occurring. It's helpful. I've heard lots of people say that it's very helpful to them, but it's not a naturally occurring cannabinoid in cannabis. So you really have to be careful when you go to some of these shops and purchase stuff and get stuff, because the packaging's really pretty and there's claims on them, and it says this. I
But you're
walk
paying
into
for packaging. You're paying for the
Right.
packaging.
Say it again.
Paying for the packaging.
Yep.
I'd rather it come in a brown paper bag and a
Yes.
Ziploc with a zip tie on it from a dime store, the corner store. Like,
You are paying for the packaging. You're paying for the marketing.
Or vacuum sealed.
Yeah, or exactly.
That's
I
even
mean,
fancier. Well, that too.
I mean, that's the best way to get it.
Still
But you're
think
paying for the packaging, the pretty coloring, the marketing, and also the fact that, here was this beautiful hemp plant that was grown, and then someone took it and they did something to it, and then someone bought that and they did something to it, and someone bought that and they did
Somebody
something to it.
pinched off of it.
So it's all kind of, you just have to be really, really careful. And even when you are careful, Oklahoma, they have a program called OMA, and it's their medical marijuana program.
OMA,
All this money was supposed
Oklahoma.
to go into education, and I don't know if you've seen Oklahoma lately, but it's not.
So the proceeds, the profits from that's supposed to go to education?
Yes,
like
a
the
whole
lottery,
bunch-
like
yeah,
the lotto, like
exa-
lotto.
exactly, like the lottery,
That's
but-
going into some politician's pocket. That's where that's going.
And they just recently had a big recall from products that were sold 3 years ago because they just figured out now they didn't test right. Well, who's in charge of the testing? OMA. And then OMA called OMA. But you just have to be really careful, which is why I wish they would just, of course, they're not going to, just legalize it. Some of the states, you can grow it, you can cultivate it, you can harvest it yourself, and it's all right there for you to have your medicine when you want it. I mean, it's just a damn plant.
Now you do a lot of the research.
Mhm.
You are always looking at different states. The other states that have legalized hemp,
Cannabis.
or cannabis,
Yeah.
for medical use or just legalize
Recreational
it
use,
for
yeah.
recreational use. Have you seen any issues in those states, or has anything come out of those states saying, "Oh man, this was a bad idea"?
No. I mean,
Profit. Is what
Um,
I'm thinking.
I have done some studies where it shows like where in states where cannabis is 100% legal, the amount of alcohol use has gone down, and the amount of DUIs has gone down, and the amount of crashes involving alcohol
Robberies.
Wow.
has gone down.
Because I ain't robbing
See,
a store or stone.
But see, those are those statistics that they don't tell you.
They're not going to
They're
tell
not
you.
gonna tell
The
those
government, of
statistics.
course, like I said a couple weeks ago,
they don't
used
make
to have
money on natural products.
They used to have a patent on cannabis.
You were saying.
Patent on it. And then figured out that they couldn't make any money off of it, and they're going to say there's not enough research, which is bullshit because you can just look at people and look at the legal states. And when we talk about medical cannabis, are we talking about something that's grown in a lab? And
Well, like
with-
Mongo's saying, California is one screwed up state, but the weed stores are popular and well stocked.
Of course. Well, the whole country of Canada in 2018 or 19 legalized it in the whole country, right? There were people lined up at the stores waiting for it to open. The first day Canada legalized it in the whole country, all the stores ran out of pot. All the stores ran out of pot.
Wow.
And I don't know what they do with their money, but I mean, if
But see, then you got
you're missing out on so many
But see, then you get a
things.
problem like with New York. Now they have all these pop-up dispensaries opening up all over the place, not regulated. You don't know what you're buying.
Yeah.
You know, these two
all about the
20-year-olds something who were living in their mom's basement growing a
Exactly.
plant, now opening up a dispensary shop, and you don't know what you're getting. You don't know if it's safe. You don't know if it's
See, I like
if
the
it's
regulation part. I like at
Yeah.
least a little bit of oversight on everything because I do like the convenience of going. And
Correct.
I know we talk about this. I'd rather get it from somewhere else, but the convenience of it for me is what it is.
Exactly.
And so, but I'd like it to be regulated because before it wasn't. You could buy whatever the fuck you want in there.
But you still can
Right.
because 4 or 5 years ago there was a big bust in California. Surprise, surprise. There was a great big warehouse, and I believe it was across the street from the damn police station, and they had no idea. It was a great big warehouse, and they had off-brand
well, when they say the
underground.
hardest place to be found is underneath the
right.
nose.
Yeah, right under there.
It was an underground shop where you could walk into this room, and there were vapes. There was packaging in this room where you can buy cheap packaging from China. Instead of it saying Snickers, it would say Snockers.
Snockers.
Instead of you said Kit Kat, it'd say Cat Kit. And then they would package up their products and put it in there. These products are untested, could have lead, could have poison. A lot of this, back in the day when the K2 was popular and people were getting
Right.
sick and dying on it. Do y'all know what that is? It's just plant matter. Like think of the potpourri in grandma's bathroom. And what they do is they put it out on the floor and they spray it with the chemical, and then they mix it together. But if they don't mix it well, or they don't mix it at all, this batch isn't going to have anything in it, and this batch is going to have all the chemicals in it. Okay, and that's exactly what it is. And it's just like the Delta 8. Again, I know it helps people, but I just want people to really do their research, because what Delta 8 basically is hemp that they couldn't use for anything else, and they put acetate on it. You know, fingernail polish remover type stuff.
I think they do need to do the research, but I think what people are, it's about convenience.
It is.
And that's what sucks, is like it's all about the convenience. And if it was accessible to get good, legit stuff for everybody, I mean, God, that would be right.
Well, you know, if
if
you do that,
they think people are abusing it, and it's not, because people are legit using it for.
Oh, and these people who are at Halloween, like, oh, I'm afraid my kid's gonna get an edible. Bitch,
I ain't
no
wasting my drugs on no trick-or-treaters.
There is no way that I'm ever confusing my edibles with the fun size Snickers bar.
No, because they
Not
got popped them
happening.
out individually. I'm not putting them in a bowl.
I mean, not to say that there aren't a couple of kids and a couple of people I would like to just straight up shoot a gummy into their mouth and be like, Psh.
Some need it. Some of your kids need it. Some of your kids do need gummies.
But even talking about gummies and the sublingual effect, if you get a gummy, I told you how you gotta chew it and it's gonna go down. But if you suck on the gummy for a little bit, it'll give you some of that sublingual effect too. It'll immediately start dissolving and get into those red, wet, shiny surfaces. Then it goes down and does all that neat stuff that it's supposed to.
Well, like when you were just talking about regulation, and I don't believe in over regulate, but
you need it.
A definite regulation, almost like the alcohol, the TBAC.
Yes.
They go in and they make sure you're not marrying bottles. They make sure you're getting the customer's getting the product they pay for. So
protecting both sides.
Right. With regulation, you have these dispensaries, guys go in there, they test it, make sure that it's safe. And if somebody knows that at any minute you can be one of these agents can come in and start testing some of your product, they're more apt to saying, okay, I'm going to make sure that I buy from a reputable distributor. I'm going to make sure everything's packaged right, and it builds up their reputation.
Everybody wants a bang for their buck. Everybody does.
They do.
I mean, like, I don't want to get like the bang for the buck, but I'm getting scammed during it and getting some shit stuff.
Right.
Well, occasionally I will just pop into some stores, either smoke shops, which are smoke shops, or the CBD stores, and the products that I see in these stores, I just want to. It just makes me want to scream. I saw a pack of 20 mints, CBD infused mints.
Mints, like regular mints.
Like mints, like a Tic Tac.
Like a Tic Tac.
Like a Tic Tac.
They're not gonna do shit for
There
me.
was 40 of them.
For what? How much? $50?
It was $55.
I'd rather get 5 pre-rolled joints for $50.
And there was like 1 gram of CBD in them. I'm like,
Yeah.
that is just
that's for that
pointless.
teenager that's
Doesn't
dummy
know.
that walks in there.
That doesn't know. Oh yeah, that doesn't know. And then you're gonna have the guy upselling them behind the counter, going, "Hey, look, you can have all these for $50.
Y'all trying to be secret? You should smoke with your grandma.
And stuff. I don't know these stores' return policy. Like
you
I know
once you leave that door, it is done.
Because they don't care.
If you buy a regular vape, you gotta try it before you leave. There ain't no returning that.
But I'm talking about the tinctures that are supposed to be for your health, where you're like, look, I took this and it said it had this in here and it didn't do anything for me. They don't care. They will tell you. You took it wrong. You left it in the
they
light.
have no.
You
Yeah,
did this.
They don't know how many you took.
They don't
I mean,
care.
it's kind of like I bought a bottle of vodka. I'm gonna go to
This
the liquor
doesn't taste
store.
right.
I got fucked up on
Right.
this. Well, you didn't read the instructions.
Right. I mean, but
there
some of these
instructions on the
products.
bottles?
There
I don't know.
should be.
There
I
should
mean,
be
there's
instructions
instructions on shampoo bottles.
And Tide Pods, don't eat it.
I mean, some of these products, $200. Those little bottles that I give you.
Yep.
You can get those for like $200, $250 in the store. Yeah.
Really?
bottles?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
see, I
don't
trust
get
it
any
coming from
bottles.
you because that's for the dogs.
Right.
Because I know you
For
take
the
care. You
dogs.
make sure you take care of your puppies, and you would never let anything. You'd rather a human get hurt than.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
But with that, it's so simple. Like I have CBD isolate, which they just isolate just the CBD because there's still some people in Texas that cannot even take the 0.3% hemp gummies because they might get tested for work or they might get popped on it. So they isolate it. So it looks like cocaine. It looks like I has a big ass jar of cocaine at the house, but it's so easy to use.
Not suspicious.
So what I do for you is I just measure it out. I get a good carrier oil. I put a little bit of the peanut butter flavoring in it and just heat
That's
it
why
together.
The puppies love it.
And it's just so natural.
My
it's
dog
not,
hates peanut butter.
Oh, well,
But you know-
the
I'll put
weirdest
something
thing.
else.
She hates peanut butter.
What else this
Never
stuff
met a dog
does?
that hated peanut butter.
Another thing this does for any of you pet owners out there, that my one dog has seizures. So when he goes into a full grand mal seizure and he's flopping all over and you're nervous, you don't know how long it's going to last, you squirt a little bit in his mouth right under his tongue during the seizure, and it takes him almost immediately out of the seizure.
It's that sublingual thing. It goes directly into
right.
the
And it-
bloodstreams.
I would say within 5 seconds of squirting the product in his mouth, he's out of his seizure. Which, because you want to get a puppy out of the seizure as soon as possible,
As quickly
because
as
they're not
possible.
breathing. Oh, even though you think they're breathing, they're not breathing, and they're going to become hypoxic, and you could do damage to the brain. So the quicker you get this in there, out of the seizure, the safer it is for the dog. So we've used it so many times because my dog has a seizure about once a month, and we squirt it in there, and it takes him right out of it, and it also helps with the storms and everything else.
And
So
it's the same way with people. Like I've seen
Yep.
people in the midst of a horrible like grand mal seizure, and you get that CBD into them and just kind of like get it around here, and it takes a few minutes because obviously people are
little
bigger.
bigger.
But the great thing about that tincture I gave you as well is you could use it if your dog had a cut. You could use it on their skin as well.
Oh, that's that stuff that's in there. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. I mean, it's so it's the same. We use the same products for our lotions for the outside of the body as we do for stuff that goes in the body, and so it's all the same thing. Again, there's not a hemp plant that is good for pets. There's not a hemp plant that's good for people. There's not a hemp plant that you can build houses out of. It's one plant. You can get all of that from one beautiful, beautiful plant. And all that helpfulness. I mean, we even we went out to a hemp farm and we just took.
Where's the
stalks.
hemp? I want to go to a hemp farm.
It was a lot of fun.
We gotta take a school
Instead
trip
of the pumpkin
to it.
patch, I want to go to the hemp farm.
Yeah, let's do a trip to the hemp farm.
We just had trash bags full of it was still on the stalks and everything, and we were pulling the buds off at the
Do
house.
they check you when you leave?
Oh no, they gave it to us. And so there was a stick on the ground, and one of the dogs started chewing on it. And the dog calmed down chewing on this hemp stick.
You can go to a farm now and just go.
Well, we were working with them, and they didn't care.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah,
She said you could walk out with a bag.
It would probably be best if you knew them and they knew you.
I knew there was a
So
censor.
now
Okay,
people's
I had
going.
to never
People's
heard.
saying, make the introduction. Make the introduction.
Make the
I
introduction.
want to know these people.
Well, now they're going to know not to let me on because they know I'm going to be going.
But this one hemp farm we went to, when we drove up, I was like, holy shit,
This
I've seen
one-
horror
there's
movies
been
that started
multiple-
like this because it was really creepy. And the guy was breeding Great Danes in the background.
I
And
wanna
he
go
had
to that one.
some guy
Did
that
you hear
didn't speak English. Yeah. And he'd be like, hey, Paco, dogs. Dogs.
Are those guys that have those hemp farms really nervous and jittery and if you walked up and said, "Hey, this is a bus," they'd be like,
It's a weed
out.
farm. They're
No,
not.
this
It's not a cocaine farm.
This guy, he was totally cool. Because again, you can grow it. It's legal. It is absolutely.
They're
The
going,
problem
"Hey,
this guy
man,
had was he had
leave some
neighbors
for
who
the
had
rest
farms
of them."
too, and they would crop dust their crops, and their shit would get over to his. And here's the crazy thing about pop farms and any farms. Monsanto can eat dicks all day long, but what they can do is if your crop cross-pollinates Farmer Bob's crop over here, Farmer Bob can sue you for your farm because of what just happened.
"Because my plant banged your plant."
Exactly.
Well, because
Pollinated your-
I will say the weed strand is very sensitive, and I'd be kind of
It is.
pissed if I was growing a certain strand and you put your other strand in my shit.
Well, the thing about
I'd be pretty pissed.
here's a weird thing
Because
about
if you're
cannabis.
if you're putting it towards somebody, I'm just making this very dumbfounded lingo. If I'm making it for people who have anxiety, I'm not gonna give them a hyperactive strand.
Correct.
Blow into my
But
anxiety strand.
here's the
and-
thing: cannabis, female cannabis, and you can tell a female cannabis
male
plant from a
cannabis.
male cannabis plant because the female
Oh,
cannabis plant has.
you have to look under the.
Female
Yep.
cannabis has little things like this, and
Looks like a
male
vagina.
cannabis plants has balls on it.
Has
They're
balls.
Really?
like the little
Yep.
seeds. Now the thing of it is if a female plant gets stressed out, she can switch sexes and like start sprouting balls and become a hermaphrodite.
We do not identify with that.
No, there's only 2 genders in weed. Only two weed genders.
There's 2, but sometimes
like 2 weed genders.
And then you can't use it. If it becomes a male, you can't use the males. They're only good for one thing, okay?
You just blew up every liberal's head out there going, see, I told you we could transition. I told you.
But not your weed.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and no one wants the males, okay? I mean, they want their balls, but the little.
Because
little
one
seeds
is
and
because
things.
if the one is actually has the shit you want, the other one's just the plant that pollinates the other plant.
Oh,
Correct.
so the male weed just works his ass off.
Exactly.
And the female weed does all the good stuff.
The male just
As
gives
it
and
should
gives,
be.
and the lady just lays there and goes, okay.
I'm choosing my words. I am choosing my words very lightly.
You're in the middle of 2
because
potheads.
I am in a scary position right now because I'll get cropped, dusted,
Well, that's not
from
what I call
every
crop
aspect.
dusted.
But I
My
feel like
meaning of
Jack
crop
and
dust
Three.
is
I
a
feel like
whole
Jack
other
and Three's
thing.
company.
Oh, right, exactly. Well, I
Same.
thought when I got into this industry that it was just going to be full of love and light and all that hokey bullshit, but it's not. It's a very cutthroat, backstabbing community.
But when we look at what it does,
Exactly.
like, when we let's flip the script a minute and and get off the video game weed smokers to what it does for our veterans. And I don't want to say our first responders because they can't do anything until they retire.
They can't be high when they're rescuing.
Unless they take CBD isolate.
Right, but for our veterans who are back from deployment, or our cancer victims, or some people who battling Alzheimer's or memory loss or different medical conditions, what are the benefits there that this can have on them?
Well, they have discovered that cannabis use, researching Alzheimer's patients, that cannabis use goes up and starts to disintegrate the plaque that causes the brain fog and the things like that. It helps actually, and it's not like, it actually goes in there. I was talking about how cancer and cannabis work together, how cannabis will go in and find the cancer and just eat it up and send it through the bloodstream. So it's the same way with Alzheimer's patients or people with memory issues.
How about Parkinson's? I heard it stopped the shaking.
It does stop the shakes.
Because that would go with the nervous system with the also the seizures.
Because again, when you smoke it, the first thing that it's going to do is go to your brain and your spinal cord, and then branch that medicine out from there. When you eat it, it goes into your bloodstream, or the tincture goes into your bloodstream, and then when you eat it, it takes a little bit longer, but it gets in there, and all this. It's proactive and reactive. So if a veteran is suffering from something, he can take this or she can take this, and it will help them immediately with continued use. And I'm not talking about smoking pot every day. I'm talking about using
for pain management.
But once you keep it in your system, it's a proactive. So it reacts to the pain you have.
I figured I was pretty proactive.
Right. And then the more you use it, whether it's CBD or THC products or whatever, it's a proactive, so it helps keep that pain, away. And let's face it, it's helpful for your mental state too when you've had, you go home.
And I think also because I know there's a lot more science to what I'm buying.
Before you go on that, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we get back, we're gonna wrap it up and talk about what you have to talk about.
Yes.
And then we're gonna because this is a very it's a great topic to talk about when we talk about pain management for our veterans. And I want to just talk about Russell real quick.
Yes.
Because he is one that
he's a beast.
He's a bodybuilder, but he's disabled now, and how cannabis has really actually saved his life. We're going to talk about that right after this. Here at 1010 Aussies, we're going to find you your forever pet. We specialize in miniature and toy Australian Shepherds. All our pups are pet and family friendly. They're socialized, basic training, and a health guarantee. Check out our miniature and toy Australian Shepherds at 1010aussies.com or call us at 817-213-6698.
Hi y'all, I'm Celeste and I ride with the 99. Hey, this is Tex McDormand with Arcane Mania, and I ride with 99.
Leather Up will keep you safe while looking great with a huge selection of armored and casual flannel shirts. From beaded to sleeveless, Leather Up's got badass gear for all riders and all seasons. Leather Up with 3.5 million customers since 1999. Iconic biker brands like Milwaukee Leather and Hot Leathers to give you the largest selections anywhere. Comfort, variety, classic styling, and affordability with free same-day shipping on orders over $100. Visit leatherup.com and use the promo code MAYHEM for 20% off.
Pickles, and I ride with the 99.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. Man, that last drop, the pickle lady, you got to check her out, man. Amber, the pickle lady, is amazing. She came to one of our events over at Texas Harley Davidson, and she has a slew of pickles, all different flavors, and it is just. It's amazing what she does, and these pickles are great.
We got to go to the pickle parade next year, y'all, in Mansfield, downtown Mansfield. Let go.
All right, well, I'm sure Amber will be there.
We can
I'm sure Amber will be there. So before we left, we were talking about all the different strands of hemp and cannabis and CBD, and there's so much education that needs to be done on this. And Billy is probably one of the leading most experts that I know on this, besides our taste tester. But Russell, who we've had on the show before, he was injured in a work-related accident, and he was prescribed so many different medications that just made his conditions even worse. The physical therapy wasn't working, all these different things, and now he went more to a holistic, more to a cannabis, more to a natural form of healing, and he's still alive. He's still breathing. He's still great. He's actually better than ever.
He is. I mean, I feel bad. The other day when the time changed, his pacemaker clicked and he thought he was going to die. But then he's like, at least I'm still alive. But yeah, he's been through a lot. And, he's done his own research.
Can you imagine all those people out here?
Oh,
sorry.
Oh my,
and that had to have been scary. Oh my God.
Sorry. Dark humor.
Watching the clock.
But yeah, he did his research and discovered, it was like, okay, this isn't working. This isn't this pill, it's not working. It's not living. What can I do? And it's those people who truly do that research and kind of open their minds up, because, you hear about cannabis and then people want to start talking to you about mushrooms, and then people want to start talking to you about, ketamine and ayahuasca and all these neat things. And it's like, okay, you just gotta slow down and see where that crack is, because I've dealt with people who are like, no, THC is it's the devil's lettuce. What about CBD? And they'll accept that. And I'm like, it's the same. It's the same plant, and it's obviously different, because when we talk about medical marijuana has high doses of CBD in it. That's what makes it medicinal, because you have to have the CBD to balance out the THC. But Russell, like, you can walk into Russell's house and be like, here's this, and we're going to fix this up and try this. And I mean, he's a good guy.
He is.
He's such a good guy.
When we had him on the show, he's so knowledgeable. And like I said, he's done his research, and I think he's probably thrown out every pill pharmaceutical that he has in his house.
Yeah.
And the guy is built like a brick shit house.
Yeah, he is.
He really is.
Yes, he is.
He still works out a little bit, and he does what he can through his disability. But he doesn't. He thinks if he was still on the medication, he wouldn't be around anymore. He would have died a long time ago. And he thinks these holistic avenues saved his life. That's why a lot of people go out of the United States for alternative medicine, and because a lot of the regulations are different. Because big pharma here in the United States is all about the money. They ain't about your health.
It is. You hear a lot about medical refugees. Back in 2018, when I first got into all this, there were tons of people who would move from Georgia or Texas to Colorado. At one point, there was a little community of them, so they could take their children to get them medicine that was proving to save their life and make their quality of life better.
A documentary about
Yeah. So
Seizures was a
if
big
you hear
one.
like Charlotte's Web, you'll hear a lot about her and her
that was
strain.
it. Yeah.
Little girl, and these people are like, oh, they're faking, and I'm like, a 3-year-old is not going to fake a seizure and then fake getting better when you
Right,
listen.
right,
You
right,
can't.
Oscar and a star on
Exactly.
the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Exactly.
Immediately.
So you've got all these people moving around the country just trying to save their children's life or save their life, and the adults here in Texas, we're all pretty much like whatever.
My
we're
thing
gonna
is,
we're gonna get it one way or another.
The medicine, I'm like scared of medicine. I don't take I barely take Tylenol or Advil, even though I have like titanium rods up my spine. I deal with pain on a daily, but I'm afraid of medicine because I have such an addictive personality that I'm so terrified of being
to oxy or
They
hydro.
gave me oxy immediately out of the hospital, and I
Yeah.
took it for like a week, and I didn't do it. My brother took the rest of them. Just kidding.
Well, the majority of the people that go on to oxy or hydro, they do become addicted.
Mhm.
They do become addicts, and I think that's pharma's way of keeping you on it.
But like with the weed, I mean, I've been a recreational smoker since I was 12 years old. I'm not gonna lie. It's been in my life ever since I was a little kid. But I've never had it actually be focused on the needs I needed. So like talking to you about like there's actually a way to really hone it in on things. That's new to me still because I just do it. I mean, I do it. I don't do it just to sit on my couch. Like,
Right.
I do it because my mind shoots off all the time.
Yeah.
And it's the only way I can shut it down a little bit and focus on my home life or whatever else I need to do.
Well,
So-
getting to that point, when we talk about ADD or just somebody people ADHD and in adults, don't be giving your kids any weed.
My parents tried to give me like Ritalin and all that growing up, and I
Right.
didn't like it. I didn't like how I felt. I felt more stoned on
Yes.
that shit than I did actually getting
But how do you
stoned.
when you get into one of those brain fogs or those anxiety aspects where you can't understand, like you
I
can't
get overstimulated.
you can't focus
very
or you're
easily.
overstimulated.
Like
right?
you won't talk to me for the next 2 days after this show.
So like when you smoke, yeah, you really need a joint. So, but when
I
you
got one.
but when you smoke, are you able to feel a little bit more focused, more clearer,
It's more of a
make better
focus. It shuts
decisions?
some of. I won't say voices. I don't have voices.
I know what you mean, though, girl.
But it
Some of the
shuts a lot
voices.
the background noise off.
Shut up back there.
And like I like to put on like I know this sounds demonic too, but I like murder mysteries. I listen to things in my so I'll have that on. I might not actually be listening to what's actually being said
On Snap, I got
but
you.
it's
That's on.
but it's just it's back. It kind of shuts out. So I put like the noise on of people talking in my headphones. And I smoke, and I can get so much shit done if I do those two things.
It somehow
I just gutted my whole house. the
it
past 2
removes
days
obstacles.
and
I need coffee though too.
reorganize. I'm
But-
not gonna lie.
But when a lot of people hit it, if you hadn't had it in a while or it's your first time, once the bzzz in your brain goes, it kind of just it's like
It's the first thing I do when I wake up before I have coffee.
It's like this wasn't you were
I go to
stressing
the
over
garage.
this. You know what? Not that bad. This over here, you were stressing over this. This is how we're gonna deal
Yeah.
with it. You just kind of have a chance to breathe and be like, okay,
It
things
is.
aren't as bad as I thought they were,
Right.
that I was making them out to be. Because we all overthink, we all overstress. Does my
you're
hair
your
look
own worst
okay? Do these
enemy.
earrings look right? Is this bra okay? You stress about every single thing.
I
and
haven't
then
stressed about my bra once. Not once.
fabulous.
We might need to adjust that.
But it just kind of helps. And it's not like, people like us. Yeah, there are those people who will sit and smoke it all day, covered in Cheeto dust down in their mom's
Well,
basement.
I mean,
And
it's
we're
not all
talking
day,
about
but
that.
I'm not covered in Cheeto dust.
But,
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm smoking.
It's all day.
Have like a cup of coffee, think about what I need to be doing, just figure out what's important and what I was just stressing on that's not important, and handle it. And
There
then
you go.
and not worry about what other people are going to think either, because
Yeah, mine's not so much about like the anxiety of what people think. It's more of like I gotta get this, I gotta do that. Oh, I gotta move this cup, but if I move this cup, I gotta move this cup because that's not gonna fit over there. And
That's OCD.
That too.
Yeah, that's
part of it.
Does
But
that
then-
help with your OCD?
But no, I get focused and I get it done instead of stressing
Going
over
from
the
one-
task.
going from one
Instead
task
of-
to the next,
Yeah,
going
instead
to
of
the-
stressing over the whole overall.
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot of shit.
you just start with one
I go,
thing.
all right, I'm gonna grab everything that looks blue.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna grab everything that looks red. I'm gonna put it in
Right,
piles,
right,
and I'm
right.
gonna organize each pile, and then I do this.
You know
and
what?
then
I
it's
found
like-
screws. Okay, all the screws. we're
all
gonna
in one
just-
pile, and then I'll figure out where the hell they go
Exactly.
later.
Exactly. And then you feel accomplished.
I need the voices. The voices.
The voices.
The voices.
not what they
Oh
said.
my God. Now I know how you feel with the voices.
But after my amputation, when I was having really bad panic attacks, and they gave me prescribed me clonazepam.
Before or after the
Klonopin.
amputation, you had the pain. You're saying after the amputation, you had panics?
Yeah, after I was
gonna
having
say,
really
yeah.
bad ones, and so like he was like, "Here you go," and like I would take them, and then I caught myself like checking to see how many I had left. Do I have enough until my next prescription? And people
Because
would
you have
look
to
at
wait on somebody else.
and then people would look at my prescription pile and be like, "Damn, bitch, you must be crazy." And I'm like, all I'm doing is taking what the doctor gave me for panic attacks. And it was that point where I was like, you know what? And I called up a friend. And I'm like, hey, bring me, because he thought I died. And so when he saw me, it was like two hits, and my body was immediately back into homeostasis. And I just threw the pills away.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, I get like taking pills for like pain sometimes.
Sure.
For some, like
Sure.
when I'm really,
Yes.
really there, I'll
Yes.
take a pain, but not on a regular.
Yeah.
But like the mental stuff for me,
Yeah.
that's tricky for me to go, okay, I'm going to take a pill. Because I've taken like, not going to lie, my mom has some, somebody's giving me something. And I tried it.
Mom, she just threw you under the bus.
I know. And I didn't like how I was on it. Because once you take it, you're on for the ride. and
Right,
now you're in it.
We're going to
And
start
I-
getting comments.
And I felt-
Mom's her dealer.
Hey, when you don't have insurance, you do what you got to do, right?
Honey, just take this.
Yeah, but I mean, what works for her wouldn't work for me.
Correct. Remember my thing earlier where you two are taking the pink pills and I'm taking the blue pill for our
Exactly.
condition. You might not be able to take
That's
that
why,
stuff.
because
It's
I
different.
went in one
Let me
time
just- let me-
vulnerable and said something about my mental state. Vulnerable
let
one
me
time. No, I'm in something serious.
Okay, good.
I was talking about my mental state, and they just wanted to throw samples at me, and I didn't like how they just threw samples. They didn't even care what
What it
my
was.
but here's some samples. Go home and tell me what you like.
So you're a guinea pig. You're a test.
That's how I felt.
test
So I
subject.
lost kind of faith. Like that's why I've never gone back and asked for help.
Well,
on
do
a
you
different
know what
aspect
the
of that.
majority of pharmaceutical salespeople are? They're former cheerleaders. So they walk in there.
Oh, I
with their-
know.
Their tight bitties and their tight little skirt and be like, hey,
They're
got
in a
this, got that.
sorority.
Yeah.
They went
If
to
you
the Big
take-
12.
If you
Just
sell
kidding.
this many, then you'll get a free cruise. Or if you sell this many, you'll
Yep.
get this and that.
It's all sales.
It's all
It's a
all
pyramid
sales.
project.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, you've got women who don't know what the hell they're talking about, just shoving these, and then you got these dumbass doctors who are like, titties, sure, I'll sell it, and then pushing it on
Yeah.
these people.
Where
Because
pencil
then,
skirt go.
then they get a commission.
Yeah, they get a commission. They
You know,
get
like
a
here,
kickback.
Mongo's saying, like Mongo was ex-law enforcement, and he'll be coming up on our segment in about a half hour. Was shot 3 times, once in the neck. He you know, it really did a lot of damage to his spine. So he writes, yep, after my injuries, I was hooked on Oxy for a few years. I weaned off over a month period, and I was miserable, but I haven't touched pharmaceutical pain meds in about 16 years. And what else? I feel like shit occasionally, but I'm drug free.
Nice.
You know, and you
It's hard.
see Mongo every week on our show. He, you know, even though he has good days and he bad days with his pain,
all do, yeah.
but he is drug free and he's off that. But he has a high
Pain threshold.
he's got a high pain threshold, but he's also very
It's very
you know,
sensitive.
you know, his addiction, he probably, you know, said, I'm not doing this anymore. So he doesn't have that addictive personality where he's going to keep going to it. You know,
Gotcha.
and he was able
Yeah.
to get him.
Yes.
He was able. Not many people are strong enough to wean themselves
Right. To
off.
be like, no, you know what? No. Yeah. People
All
are
right.
not strong.
Well, we got to wrap it up, and you know, this was a great segment. We're going to continue next Wednesday. We're going to be coming up with James Collin with Heroes in the Sky, and Natalie Brent with the Green Star Families. Right after these messages.
Hey, what do you say? This whole town could be red by the end of the day. If you feel alright, we could throw it and drive. With the radio up so loud they can hear this road.
What we believe in at Glenn Larson Law is doing one thing and doing it really well. When I meet people, I always tell them we're going to uncover every single rock possible. That's the medical component, that's your story and your voice.
We've solely focused on personal injury, whether that be a slip and fall accident or a commercial 18-wheeler, a motorcycle or DWI, motor vehicle accident. We specialize in that and that only.
When someone says, my neck really hurts, I know exactly how that feels. There's so much more to an injury case dealing with the pain level that people go through and how it affects their lives. And I know how to advocate to make sure that the insurance companies take all of that in consideration in every case.
We're very transparent and open to always keep them informed and stay on top of their case at all times.
Because we're a little bit smaller in team numbers, we're able to really dive into every single case and develop not only a client relationship, but a friendship and a lifelong connection.
We're on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We'll meet you anywhere, at the scene, in the hospital, at your home. Whatever's best for the client, we will do every single time.
There is a connection component that I believe our firm is committed to. We want to be connected with you and your family beyond this case so that you know that you have a lifelong partner. Not just a case, but a lifelong connection and a lifelong voice. And we look forward to serving you.
I'm David with Thunderbird Biker Supply, and I ride with the 99.
Hi, I'm Maria. And I'm Misty. And we're with POF, and we ride with the 99.
Hey y'all, I'm Janie Balderas, and I ride with the 99.
Rising loud like a storm untamed. This is where the difference gets its name.
Hi y'all, I'm Celeste, and I ride with the 99.
Hey, this is Tex McDormand with Octane Mania, and I ride with 99.
I'm Sassy Sin with Battle and Betty's, and I ride with the 99% radio.
I am James Collins. I am the president and founder of Heroes in the Sky Foundation. I founded Heroes in the Sky Foundation due to witnessing the mental health struggles of our warriors as they were coming back from deployments. 44 veterans die by suicide each day. Firefighters experience a 72% greater risk for suicide. Law enforcement officers experience a 54% greater risk for suicide. And EMS personnel experience a 24% greater risk for suicide. Heroes in the Sky Foundation is committed to recognizing and commemorating the significant sacrifices made by our first responders, active duty personnel, veterans, and individuals who have unfortunately succumbed to their internal war.
Hey, welcome back to the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl, man. That was Billy Ball with Hemp and Hounds. Talking more about the hemp than the hounds, but you know what? They are both calming, either one of them. I want to welcome Natalie Brett. And on air, we got James Collins with Heroes in the Sky. What's up there, James?
How are y'all today? Wonderful day.
How are you?
It's a blessed day for me over here in Georgia, so I'm excited to be here. And fellow face over out on the side of there, that Natalie, she's rocking our hat. We appreciate that. Yeah.
You know, when I first found out about Heroes in the Sky, I was overwhelmed with what you guys do. Tell our listening audience what Heroes in the Sky is all about.
Sure. Heroes in the Sky was founded. I came back from 2 deployments. and then just really had some fractured relationships and broken relationships, lost purpose in what even to exist. And so, surviving, 2 attempts at this, and then multiple secondhand attempts in a war-torn country, I knew I had to do something. So I founded Heroes in the Sky, and we started Heroes in the Sky to honor our veterans and first responders that have lost their internal war. And the first piece was awareness, and we started with awareness. So we created Battle Vest. Battle Vest will hold 19 warriors front and back. Natalie's warriors on several of our vests as well. And also what we do is memorial boards. The memorial boards will hold up to 60 warriors. And so depending on the sponsorship or the business, they choose what they want. And so the awareness piece really took effect, but we started realizing that as numbers were climbing, we had to do something more. And we had to have a prevention piece. And so where do we start with prevention? Well, we started with the families, because the families are the ones left to carry this torch in the absence of their warriors. And they're the ones telling their stories. They're the ones attending their memorial services. They're the ones carrying forward that legacy and trying, so their service and sacrifice is not forgotten. And so the families were a core centerpiece for us, because I would do our ceremonies, and I would stand in front of a mother or a spouse, and I would watch them in the front row. And what I quickly realized was we were building camaraderie with families, because our ceremonies were placing families who had experienced the same tragic loss right next to each other in the front row. So they weren't alone anymore. They had someone to talk to. That loss they felt was not so exclusive to them anymore. Someone sitting next to them, it might have been a different scenario or situation, but they still felt the same loss.
The pain is the same. The pain
correct.
Is the same.
The emotional pain, what's mentally left after. And so families were, we started focusing on our families, and the prevention with our families really took off when we started our YouTube series. We have it's called Deterrence Through Truth. And we basically interview our widows, our parents, our siblings, and we give them a chance to tell their story, and we give them that platform. And so the platform gives them an identity and a voice, where we're trying to reduce the suicide rates in the families as well, because who's talking about the high suicide rates the families face? How many times have you heard a mother that's lost a child is 2 times more likely to die by suicide, or a female widow that's lost a partner is 3 times more likely to die by suicide? No one talks about these key figures in families. And so we really wanted that piece. We wanted the families to have a voice. We wanted to amplify their feelings, their emotions, whether it be raw emotions, whether they're crying, whatever they feel, we wanted the families to be able to talk about what they wanted to. And so that's what we did. We created Deterrence Through Truth.
I got to see, I didn't know what that was at first. But when I went onto your page, I started watching those videos, and, they are emotionally uplifting, if that's the correct term, because you really, and Natalie, I watched yours, and, the last time you were on the show, I had, it was so hard for you to read that scripture. And I can't imagine the pain that you endure each and every day, along with the other families. But to speak about it, to start letting it out slowly at your own pace, does it get easier?
Yeah, it does. It took me about 1.5 years before I could really start speaking on it and everything I've gone through. And but as time it does get easier. Sometimes it does get a lot, and I just have to kind of take breaks and kind of know my internal feelings and how, like, it's getting a lot right now. Right. I need to take a break. Like, I don't want to talk about it right now. And so yeah, you kind of just judge on your feelings. And
each family, each spouse, it hits them differently.
Yeah.
So each person has to come out at their own time. There is no time limit. There is no
No proper way.
There's no anybody that says, "Hey, get over it. It's been a year or 5 years or
And if
10
they do,
years or
they're
20 years.
jerks.
Does not matter." But those videos are really inspirational to others. And I, if you are a spouse of someone who lost the battle, I really, really recommend listening to some of these spouses in these videos, because it shows you you're not alone.
Correct. Yeah, and so it's deterrence through truth, but so one side of that is deterrence. One side's amplifying families' voices so they know that they're wanted, that they know they have a purpose here, that we can reduce their suicide rates. But it also has deterrence piece. It is designed to be raw, emotional, hard to listen to. And because we want those that if you are in a dark place and you come across that video and you watch it, you might think twice about completing that action if you see how it affects your family after you're gone.
Right.
We really press the issue of, after every interview we do, even when I talk to people in public, I verbally make sure everyone knows, if you are listening and you're in a dark place, just know in your absence, the pain, the demons do not go away. They transfer directly to your loved ones, who then have to deal with it. And that's what we want this YouTube series and, to really do, is push deterrence. And so people, I guess the way we look at it is, if the only reason you're still around is because you see what it does to your family, then we've won. You've stayed around for another day. You're still here.
And usually, sometimes that's what it takes. The thought of suicide will enter your mind for a split second, and when you take action on that, if you wait that 1 hour, or if you wait that midday to watch that video, usually things will take that off your mind, and you'll see something a little brighter. It's those actions that we take in those dark moments when we do not see a light. But if we keep shining lights to our heroes, right, and have them focus on those thoughts may not enter their head.
Or they learn that they're exactly that, they're thoughts, that you don't have to act on them right away.
Right.
Like you build up their confidence, their emotional and mental confidence, to know that when those thoughts enter your head, you fight them. You don't give in. They don't win. And so that's the deterrence piece. The video series was meant for that purpose. And the last thing that Heroes in the Sky does is education. We travel nationwide. We promote education for trauma populations, not only veterans, first responders, law enforcement, firefighters, and we present uncomfortable statistics to crowds of people, because what we've realized is, if I present uncomfortable statistics of what the reality of what's really happening, then even though if it's hard to listen to, it makes for accountability. Like, because we're bringing up these statistics, such as we lose 100 firefighters a year. We lose a law enforcement officer every 17 hours to suicide. We lose more law enforcement officers every year to suicide than we do felonious assault and vehicle crashes combined. And so these are harsh numbers and harsh statistics to listen to.
But they're real.
But they're real. And
every number has a family behind it.
Correct. Yeah, and one of the big things we took, let's say you just use the veteran statistics, right? We're aware that, that there is a moniker for veterans, 22 a day. And some people even equate this to close to 60, but we use the number 44. 44 veterans a day. 24 to direct means, another 20 to overdose, which they don't count self-inflicted, which is completely incorrect. So they say that every suicide affects a minimum of 5 family members and 135 community members. So if you just use the veteran number alone, 44 veterans a day, times a minimum of 5 family members, you're at 220 times 135 community members. Every suicide now affects 29,700 people a day. Just for the 44 veterans we lose a day,
right?
We've affected 29,700 people. That's not including law enforcement. That's not include EMS, fire department. And we even talk about how fire department carries the highest suicide risk of any population. A firefighter carries a 72% greater risk for suicide than the general population.
Oh,
That's the highest number by any of them. It's firefighters, and then veterans come in at 57.3, and then your law enforcement come in at 54. But that's what our education's about, because no one's doing anything. I mean, they're talking about it, but we talk about it, but our intention is to create some accountability.
Well, when you talk about, let's talk about it, the conversation, those flak jackets, the vests, the memorial vests, you were talking about when we spoke, commercial establishments that want to honor our veterans, putting one of these vests, these memorial vests, in their foyers, in their places of business, because it's a conversation starter on what this program is all about.
Right. And the impact that it has. You ask that young lady sitting right next to you when how she feels when she sees her husband's name on one of these vests.
Well, I'm glad you asked that. Let's ask her that.
I mean,
because let's be real. Let's ask her that.
I mean, it sucks that it's there, but it just makes me so proud and honored that they're honoring him, that I'm not the only one that has to honor my husband, that there's other people that are wanting to and willing to honor this amazing man that I was married to.
Now, the vest that your husband's name was on,
yes,
did it have other names on it as well?
It did.
Were you able to meet those family members as well?
Yeah, like Chrissy and Samantha's husbands were both on. They were both on the vest at the softball tournament. Who else? Janaea. So Bowden Hunter. I'm trying to think who else.
We have one of those vests. I got a picture of that vest. Can you put that on the screen?
Alexa D. Lambert, husband.
My widow's brain's not working right now. Alexa, yeah. So there's quite a few of the service members that I know the families.
I have one of your memorial vests on the screen right now. Showing some of the names. I don't know if it's the one that.
Yeah, well, that one, that's 2203. We've got 2204 ready now that we're dedicating this weekend in Florida. But it's also, what I want to note is that flag that you see underneath it is not a flag we purchased from a flag distribute. We didn't get it sent to us brand new. That is a casket flag that was draped over a casket of a veteran. And all the flags we use are authentic casket flags.
So now the spouses of those that were on the vest, the memorial vest, did you know them beforehand?
I did not.
Because, and what's really nice is you speak and the way you say their names, now they've become kind of family.
Yeah, they are. Chrissy Fagan, her husband was Chris. Her and I are like best friends now. And it just, I found, we met through a random Facebook page. She posted a picture of her, the day her husband got his headstone. And I was just like, that looks familiar. That cemetery looks familiar. Come to find out, they're buried right next to each other.
Oh, wow.
So separate sections. So Daniel's 29 and Chris is 28. And they're on the same row. And I walked it one day and they're 62 feet apart. Wow. So yeah, we became besties.
Well, I mean, and that she understands what you're going through. You understand what she's going through. So that right there is a daily healing. You can pick up the phone if you're having a bad day and say, "Hey, Chrissy, I'm having a bad day."
And it's crazy because like Samantha and I, we have a lot of similarities in like our backgrounds. Like so, Mitchell, Bassett and Daniel have the same birthday. Yeah, it's crazy. And then we found out that Samantha and I both had the same wedding song. Just it's like, oh my God, there's just so much. Like it's crazy.
But
It's like we were meant to be friends.
Well, sometimes out of horrific tragedies, sometimes things happen for a reason. You're bonded for a reason. You're there to hold each other up. All you girls or you spouses are there to hold each other up through these horrible times. But that's what it's about, to a support network.
Yeah.
And there are spouses out there that do not know how to reach out to support network. They do not know how. They're sitting at home because they don't have the friends, or maybe they don't have the family to direct them into the right spot. So that's where Heroes in the Sky can get you connected with other families, with other spouses, and you don't have to go through this alone. Not today, not tomorrow. For the rest of your life, you're bonded.
And James and them, they are there. If he doesn't hear from me from a while, he's like, "Hey, I'm just checking on you because I haven't heard from you." But I'm taking him through the raw widowhood. He's probably like, if I'm bored, I just call Natalie and see what's going on in her life today.
Now, James, say an establishment wants to put one of these memorial vests in their place of business to honor our veterans. How would they go about it? What do they do? Do you have a ceremony each and every time?
Yeah, so whoever expresses interest, we disclose up front what the sponsorship fee for the vest is. And then if they continue to go forward with that, then once the sponsorship is received, we begin the purchasing part. So I have to get the vest. I have to order all the name tapes. I have to order the plaque. And then once all that stuff is ordered and I have it physically on hand, we contact that place of business, and then we set up the time and date for the ceremony. And then we try to typically do that a month out so we can push that on our socials. We can get as many people in that geographical area to come to that ceremony.
Right.
And the battle vests they have the same memorial piece, but a lot of times the names are going to be different. And what we really try to do is when we do these ceremonies, when we know who's going to be there, we try to make sure that the warriors that are there, the families that are there in the front row, that their names are on that vest. And so they can get that memorial piece. But yeah, so the business will control, we give them the option, hey, when do you want to do it? What time? And we even open it up. Do you have any veterans or first responders that you've lost to their internal war? And we let them fill the names. So I'll come in and fill in the names if they don't have enough, because it'll hold 19 warriors.
Right.
And if they can't fill in 19 warriors, then I'll come in and fill the memorial tapes for 19, whatever they don't fill. Because currently we have honored 121 warriors and their families at the current time with our battle vest dedications.
Wow.
And so it really has taken off. They really are starting to become a token of remembrance for these families. And we started this year with 2203, the one that was in the picture. And
right.
Now I'm already up to 2207. So I'm assembling I've already assembled 2204, which is getting dedicated in Florida on Saturday. And then I'm in assembly for 2205, 2206, and 2207 before the end of the year.
I wish you never have to do this again. I wish you'd never have to get to, 2028, but I know that's unrealistic. Mm-hmm. But this is a way, we'll never stop the battle. We'll never stop suicide. But what we can all do as human beings is be there to support each and every one of the family members left behind. Mm-hmm. And that's what Heroes in the Sky is doing.
Yes.
So once again, James, how can people get out to you, reach out to you, and maybe have one of these dedications Like now you got them all the way to 2027, but say somebody says, "Hey, I want to do a dedication in 2026." Can you still make that available?
Well, so the numbers we were given were the battle vests. The battle vests are serialized. So when I say 2204, 2205, that is this. We serialize the battle vest.
Oh, okay.
So I have a historical record of each vest and where that vest is dedicated. So when a family honors a warrior on it, that family knows what vest they're on, where the vest is at, and when the dedication is going to be.
Now, does the vest stay at the location that holds
Correct.
the memorial?
Yes. So wherever we dedicate the vest, they keep the vest, they keep the plaque, they keep the battle cross, they keep the entire package.
Wow.
So
that means the family members that went to that memorial, say they're from that local area, forever be bonded, but they can go to that place of business,
correct,
and visit that vest at any time.
That is correct.
I that's amazing.
Yep.
And that's a big thing. I gotta I'll give a shout out to every Harley Davidson and every motorcycle business out there that one of these vests should be standing tall and proud in every one of your showrooms. You have hog members that are our veterans. You have bikers that are veterans.
Bunch of bikers.
Yep. And to have one of these battle vests in your showroom,
yes,
will show how much more you honor our veterans. So I'm gonna put a big I'm gonna let you guys know and put you on blast.
Yeah, do it.
See him. We want to see them in the Harley shops, and
So-
we're gonna talk to Micah.
So fun fact.
Yeah, but we're gonna talk to
One
Micah.
of-
Texas.
One of our first memorial boards we ever did is still on display in the Savannah Harley Davidson shop in Savannah, Georgia.
Wow.
Savannah, Georgia.
Wow.
It is still on display. It's on the wall. That was one of the first memorial boards we ever did, was Savannah Harley Davidson. So I would love to have Harley dealerships blowing me up wanting to do a vest, because that was the clientele that really got us started, and it put us on the map. And so, yeah, spread it out. I would love to have vests getting built for, all the way into next year. I mean, honestly, that's why we created Heroes in the Sky. That's why we need that awareness. We need that family environment where these families can know that these warriors aren't forgotten.
Well, I'm going to call you later on. I'll call you probably tomorrow, because I want to find out how the 99, if Harley Davidson, Texas Harley Davidson has been very good to us. So I want to see how the 99 can donate one of those battle vests to our local Harley Davidson shop. I'll talk to you tomorrow about it, and I'll see how we can raise money through the 99 to dedicate one of those battle vests for our Texas Harley Davidson right here. So.
Yeah, and so how that would work is, we just have to get there, and the sponsorship would include us getting there, doing it, but everything we raise is a write-off. So if you raise money, not only the cost of the vest, the name tapes, all that, it's going to come with an IRS donation letter that's got Treasury regulations on it, that all you literally have to do if you want to donate to Heroes in the Sky, you hand that to your accountant. It has everything in the packet that they need to file that exemption for you. We leave no stone unturned. It has everything. Our donation letters are probably the most complete packet of donation letters you're ever going to see.
Oh, we will definitely discuss that. I'm going to be in touch with you. James with Heroes in the Sky and Natalie with the Green Star families. I want to thank you both. Celebrity softball game has really bonded us all together. Yeah.
Yes.
We've made so many great connections and met so many great people. And I want to thank TK. This is more than a softball game. This has turned into a networking system to really heal most of our veterans and our first responders. So big shout out to you, TK, because your softball game.
You got balls, TK.
Yeah. Your celebrity softball game is doing a lot more.
And TK gave us the stage. When we got there in Texas, he let us put a battle vest on display in the stadium, like in the lobby of the social hour. Everyone walked by our battle vest before they went to the.
That's right.
Yep.
And so he gave us the platform. So a huge shout out to TK for that. Great guy. He put us on the map with so many people.
Wow. We're gonna keep it rolling with you, brother. We're gonna keep promoting you and supporting you. If you want to check out more about Heroes on the Sky, go to their website, or you can go to our partnership page on the 99% Radio Network webpage and click on their icon, and it'll bring you right to Heroes in the Sky. Natalie, once again, I want to thank you again for taking the time to be here, because you are now family as well. James, you are now 99% Radio Network family.
You ride with the 99.
You ride with the 99, brother. And once again, stay blessed. We're going to be back with the Mongolog right after this message.
I was in an accident 12 months ago to the day. I was driving on southbound Santa Fe, and somebody did a suicide left in front of me, and I T-boned him at 45 miles an hour. From that point forward, I don't remember anything for the next 18 days because I was in a coma.
She broke 9 bones, lacerated my spleen, put me in the hospital for 21 days. I remember none of it.
Biker Down was founded in 2011 after riding several rides over the summer and seeing, tragically, my friends get injured. And I felt that there was a need missing in Denver and in Colorado for an organization that helped the biker community. As you may know, the bikers are one of the most charitable entities out there, and what we do is provide them a variety of services such as medical equipment, financial assistance if necessary, and a plethora of resources to help them stay afloat during the hardest time in their life, which is their recovery. You know, my biggest hope is that I'll never get another phone call that a biker's gone down, but you know, that's not realistic. So I think my true realistic dream is that we can help as many as we can help, because it is life-changing for them. Certainly donating and volunteering your time, and even if you can't do that, attend our events. You know, attend our event and get a $20 t-shirt for your $20. You know, those kind of things make a big difference in a small nonprofit like ours.
Never mind that shit. Here comes Mungo. Got him.
Welcome, Mongo.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Pretty good, man. How's the weather in sunny California?
Not so sunny today. We've been having rain almost all day long, which is actually nice. I enjoy it. I sat outside today and had to stick in a sip in the rain under my covered patio. It was great.
I love the rain.
So Whiskey and Rain.
Whiskey and Rain, that's right.
Country song.
That is.
We're gonna get Janie to write Whiskey and Rain.
Maybe one day.
Whiskey, Rain, and Reefer.
Whiskey, Rain, and Reefer. But you can't say that after you had all of those.
I bet you I could.
All right, so we're gonna get you all whiskey and weeded up, and you're gonna have to say it 3 times
Well,
fast.
I mean, the only thing you're gonna have to add is whiskey.
Yeah.
I got plenty of that.
All right, Mongo. All right, tell us about the Mongo log today and where are we going with this?
So today's Mongo log, I brought up the 9/11 conspiracy and a lot of the conspiracies behind the 9/11 attacks, and I'll say so in the Mongo log, but I really couldn't deep dive into those because literally it would be page after page after page if I did. So I hit the highlights. You know,
we're going to cut you off in about 20
dive into certain parts of it later on, but right now I'm just going to hit the highlights and piss everybody off.
Yay!
All right, well, yeah, because don't piss me off.
Oh no, I will not piss you off.
Because Bravo 7 was real.
Oh, hey, brother, believe me, I believe it was all real. I just believe there were a lot of problems.
Yes, yes. All right. So without further ado, the Mongologue.
All right. Many Americans, me included, believe that we'll never know the entire truth about the attacks of September 11th. The attacks were the deadliest terrorist attacks in recent human history, causing the deaths of 2,996 people / victims. Additionally, thousands more were injured, and many have since died of 9/11 related illnesses. It may never actually be known the real effects from that day of the attacks, and also the undetermined long-term health effects that have since arisen as a consequence of the attacks. One thing is for sure, the city that was attacked by Muslims 24 years ago has just elected a radical Muslim mayor. Good luck, New York City. You're going to need it. There's no possible way to deep dive into this subject in a single monologue. I'm going to just skim the surface in an effort to blow the dust off of this tragically forgotten day. I say forgotten because there is an entire generation of people that do not understand or remember the attacks of 9/11 and the aftermath. One of the biggest blunders of 9/11 attacks was the failure of intelligence agencies to effectively share information and coordinate efforts interagency, which alternately allowed the attacks to occur despite prior warnings about potential terrorist threats. Additionally, there were significant communication breakdowns during the emergency response, hampering evacuation and rescue efforts. It's been 24 years since 9/11, and still many conspiracy theories linger around that horrific day. Even though some have been debunked, people latch onto them. Conspiracy theories will always be part of the American culture, and unfortunately, so will 9/11. There are questions that we will never get answers to. Some of these conspiracies will live on forever. Some dubious assertions have been shut down with tangible proof. I question the government's definition of the word tangible. Expert authorities are put in front of the media cameras and quoted in various publications, and in their minds, that settles the science. We are oftentimes fed our information via various media outlets. But who is actually feeding the media? Too many times in recent years, the media has proven itself to be full of shit. 9/11 conspiracy theories surfaced shortly after the September 11th attacks. Some theories or questions actually suggest compelling arguments. How did the passports of several of the terrorists survive the initial crash, explosion, fire, and subsequent collapse of the towers? In the aftermath of the attacks, passports and identification were miraculously found in the rubble and used as evidence to identify those who were responsible for the attacks. Many skeptics question how identification made of paper survived the same explosion and intense fire that apparently destroyed the buildings. I suppose anything is possible. It's possible that a fragile paper document could have survived explosions and infernos hot enough to melt steel and obliterate entire airplanes, as well as the entire steel structure of the Twin Towers. The World Trade Center towers were constructed with steel frameworks designed to withstand high winds, earthquakes, and oddly enough, even the impact of a commercial jetliner. Engineers noted that jet fuel, which burns at a maximum temperature of about 980 to 1500 degrees Fahrenheit, could not have melted steel. Steel requires temperatures above 2500 degrees Fahrenheit to melt. How did the buildings collapse so completely? Skeptics argue that the fire alone could not account for such destruction and point to controlled demolition theories. So while that question lingers in the air, I'll briefly let some more questions linger too. Photos and eyewitness accounts from the Pentagon and the Pennsylvania crash site show little to no recognizable engine debris. Just a side note here, during my time in the Marine Corps, I responded to a jet crash site in the Virginia forest. There were parts of those aircraft that just don't evaporate in dust. They get contorted and maybe a little charred, but pieces are made like indestructible toys that need reassembly that dissolving and then more than a dissolving puzzle that can't be recognized. The fact that these entire planes evaporated is a little unsettling. Why did Building 7 in the World Trade Center collapse? Perhaps this is the most controversial aspect of 9/11. The collapse of World Trade Center Building 7, this 47-story skyscraper fell in the afternoon hours after the Twin Towers had collapsed, despite not being struck by an airplane. The building's freefall collapse closely resembled a controlled demolition. Now, don't be misled about me using terminologies such as closely resembled. a controlled demolition. To be more descriptive, it was exactly identical to a controlled demolition. This phenomenon led many engineers and architects to call the government's explanation of the collapse being the result of office fires as implausible. I used a thesaurus to find the substitute word for bullshit, and implausible was the best word that could be used by me. Using bullshit sounds like I don't believe the science here, and maybe someone is lying to us. Now, United Airlines Flight 92 was, according to the Hollywood version of events, hijacked by terrorists. It was then almost saved and reclaimed by the civilian passengers, resulting in the jet crashing into the ground in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Those passengers will forever be remembered as heroes who sacrificed themselves to potentially save thousands. A non-Hollywood version, however, has a passenger hiding in the lavatory talking on his cell phone while the other passengers plotted regaining control of the jetliner. This passenger described one of the hijackers as having an explosive device. Then what sounds like an explosion can be heard and the call was terminated. Could that have been a panicked detonation by one of the terrorists, or the sound of a US-fired air-to-air missile detonating, causing the jetliner to terminate its flight? Now, after the crash in Pennsylvania, the site was immediately secured by federal authorities and covered with tents. There were, however, a few eyewitnesses that got a peek at the crash site just before everything was cordoned off. The impact hole in the ground was described as being about 10 feet by 20 feet. I admit I'm not an engineering student, but even a Neanderthal like me knows that that hole seems kind of small for such a large jet. There was also apparently no visible debris at the crash site bigger than a postcard. Again, I'm keeping this short and not deep diving into the details. The government did their investigation. They had the time and the resources to deep dive into every piece of evidence, and that was found. Additionally, they have a reputation of getting to and then reporting to the truth. Back in New York City, survivors, including responding firefighters, reported hearing explosions inside the Twin Towers before and during their symmetrical and near perfect collapse. Video footage shows windows and walls bursting outward in patterns that are consistent with explosive demolitions of high-rise buildings. Despite what would appear to be eyewitness accounts of occurrences, this type of testimony was largely omitted from the 9/11 Commission report. I can only assume that those were only inconvenient tidbits of information. During the cleanup of the World Trade Center site, workers reported finding pools of molten metal under the rubble weeks after the collapse. Independent scientists later detected thermite residue in dust samples taken from the ground zero. Thermite is a chemical compound used in controlled demolitions. It can cut through steel beams. Also interesting was the evidence of molten steel and iron, and that was not mentioned in the 9/11 Commission report. Again, they were probably trying to leave out unexplained details that make the report as informative as possible for a less knowledgeable reader without a lot of minutia to just add to the confusion. God bless the authors and the editors of the 9/11 Commission report. They consistently omitted information that would only add questions and confusion to an already confusing period of time. The CIA blocked information regarding a possible attack in 2001 from reaching the FBI. The greatest enduring conspiracy theory regarding the 9/11 attacks is, why did the CIA block communications that would have informed the FBI and hopefully the local authorities of an impending terrorist attack? Moving forward in the 2 decades since 9/11, the greatest risk that we may all start to feel: too safe, too safe. Probably the most sensitive question that remains all these years after the September 11 attack is whether it could ever happen again. Many airport security and other measures have been taken to prevent other airliner hijackings. So it's unlikely it could happen again in that manner. I would say that it's unlikely, but not impossible. In recent years, the United States has strengthened and expanded its intelligence sharing efforts with allies to combat evolving terrorist threats. The United States has significantly enhanced its own intelligence and security infrastructure since 2001, especially with the establishment of the DHS and the Office of the Director of National Intelligence. We have all seen videos of various buildings being demolished. You know how they collapse straight down within their own footprint. It was crazy enough seeing the Twin Towers crumble down in a controlled manner, but then to see Building 7 fall into itself for no apparent reason was definitely unusual. Not surprisingly, the first responders that were present and witnessed Building 7 collapse thought that it was highly unusual too. In today's era of information control and political polarization, events like 9/11 remind us of the importance of questioning authority and investigating inconvenient truths. With new technologies enabling greater access to data, the pursuit of transparency remains a vital part of our democracy. But you have to look beyond the headlines to find the truth. I honestly believe that most of our elected representatives are not looking out for our security and safety as a priority. Both parties want to maintain the majorities, and the party that's in the minority only wants to obstruct the party that's in the majority. And that, my friends, is that. Whiskey improves with age, and I improve with whiskey. My name is Mongo. Whiskey goes in, wisdom comes out. I smoke cigars and I know things. Mongo is out.
Hey, welcome back, Mongo. That you touched on a very controversial subject. For those who want to know more about the 9/11 conspiracy theories, you go to YouTube and look up Bravo 7, and that's the collapse of Building 7. I had the honor a couple of weeks ago on my other show to speak with two of the guys from the EOC. Now, Building 7, just to let you know, Building 7 was a very clandestine building. It housed the most secretive of offices in there. From the Secret Service to OEM to CIA to a lot of different clandestine offices. The two EOC guys that I spoke to, when the planes hit the towers, they immediately activated the EOC. Then they started to evacuate Building 7. When they left Building 7 and the towers came down, they went to go back into Building 7 to check. At that point, there were 2 armed guards at the door of Building 7 with M16s or whatever type of rifles they had, blocking the doors and would not let these guys go back into the EOC. Another point, these guys have responded to the EOC building for the last 20 years, every day for like I said, 20 years. Hot dog carts, coffee vendors were always outside each and every day. On September 11th, there wasn't a coffee truck or a hot dog truck or a donut truck to be found in the corridors next to the Trade Center. They were all gone. They've already said that work was being done for the last few months on all elevators and stairwells within Building 7. Same with the towers. Renovations where you could not go. Closed off areas.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you look
Those controlled demolitions, and it's a sneaky business.
Without a doubt. Now there were 82 stanchions in each of the trade centers to withhold. If you look at the NIST report, the redacted NIST report, that that fire could have never compromised all 82 steel structures at the same time. Everything would have had to happen at the same exact time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You bring up the passports, which is so that should be a key point right there. With all the papers and files and everything else flying out of that building, how did we find those passports that within like 3 days?
Yeah, and not only that, they weren't just documents that were in the building like everything else, all the paper that floated down. They were documents that were on board the aircraft that should have been obliterated with the aircraft.
Correct.
Supposedly.
Now, you're law enforcement. I'm prior law enforcement, and we knew it was a terrorist attack, right?
Yep.
What's one thing you never do at a crime scene? You never disturb a crime scene, right? Never disturb a crime scene. That night on 9/11, they had people cutting down the steel girders. They had welders there dismantling and removing everything from the site to bring to the landfill. So you never compromise a crime scene, and that's what they did. They compromised the crime scene.
Rescue though?
No. They were just cutting stuff down, moving stuff out. It really wasn't about rescue. It was about disturbing the crime scene. When you talk about the Pentagon, right? The Pentagon, that crime scene right there, they covered in dirt. They covered in dirt right after the plane hit. They covered the whole area in dirt.
Honestly, this is the first time I'm really hearing all
why
of
would
this.
you cover why would you cover a crime scene in mounds and mounds and mounds and mounds of dirt? You wouldn't.
And also the Pentagon is supported and protected by surface to air missiles.
Right.
What happened?
The Pentagon is one of the most protective, if not the most protective buildings in the world, right? And all we have is grainy footage from the security post of that happening.
Oh yeah.
Then you see how low that plane hit? The flight instructors who taught these terrorists how to fly said the person who was flying that plane, who flew into the Pentagon, could have not performed those maneuvers, got that plane down that low and crashed it because he couldn't even fly a Cessna.
He was supposedly the worst of the pilot of the terrorist pilots.
Right.
Yeah.
So you know what? Everybody can make their own conclusions. They can come, but when you add all of these things up, it's not a conspiracy. George W. Bush wanted to get bin Laden. The only way the United States can go to war is if we had a direct attack on the U.S. And right after that, we went to war.
Yeah.
So add them all up, man. That's not a conspiracy. That is a planned attack for us to go into Afghanistan and Iraq and everywhere else we wanted to.
You said
go.
this is on a documentary somewhere I can watch?
Bravo 7.
Bravo 7.
Bravo 7. It's on YouTube.
On YouTube?
Yep. Bravo 7. The story of the collapse of Building 7.
Building 7, yeah.
I don't know why I haven't heard. I mean,
it's all over the place. You'll see
I wouldn't have known about Bravo 7 except for about 6 months ago. Sideshow told me about it.
Yeah, I have it. I will send it to you.
Yes.
I will send it
I
to
know
you.
you will.
It's
It'll be my 4 a.m.
Yeah. All right, we gotta wrap it up, Mongo. Thank you for everything, brother. This was one of the best Mongo logs. I really enjoyed it. You brought a lot of truth to light.
Hey, from my 4 listeners that actually listen to my Mongo log every week, I will not be on at the end of the show next week. I'm going to come on in the beginning of the show.
Yes.
So you 4 people tune in earlier.
Yeah, because he's got to do something later on.
We can't shift our ratings like that.
Yeah.
We need those into the show ratings.
Yes. Well, I appreciate it, brother, and I will talk to you soon.
All right. See y'all next week.
All right.
Bye.
Take care. Once again, man, I want to thank everybody for tuning into the 99% Radio Network here in the Fishbowl. November 16th, we find out if we won what award we won on the Sharkies.
Something.
We won 2
I
awards.
got an official text message.
Did you? Yes.
So that means something.
We got an official text message. We'll
November
find
16th.
out. We will find out what we win on November 6th.
6 to 10
6
p.m.
Yep. 6 to 10 p.m.
That is way past my bedtime, by the way.
It will be streamed
so
live.
we will be here live.
Yeah.
To figure out
what
the hell we won.
Yeah.
I think
so. Until next week, support our veterans, support our first responders. If you could be anything in this world, be kind. Peace.